This is a Trekzone conversation.
We are live on this Thursday morning. Good morning, Matt Miller with you for a Trekzone conversation. Bringing that music down. I have to remember to fix that trigger. Welcome to it. Yesterday live with Artemis launches. Today live with the Trek Shorts crowdfunding campaign. And I am joined to discuss it all with Mr. Samuel Cockings. Sam, welcome to Trekzone Live, my friend.
Hi there. Good to be live again on Trekzone.
It is very, very exciting. It is a Thursday morning. There is a crowdfunding campaign active. Tell us a little bit about what is happening with the Trek Shorts right now.
What isn't happening, honestly? It's so many films, so many characters, so many eras, so many de-agings. It's a lot of work. We're trying to raise money for 20 plus films. That's on top of the 6 already released this year, with another one coming out very, very soon. Hopefully one more out before the end of the year. To support what we've done previously throughout this year and some of last year, and then supporting our next year's filmings, as well as other costs that will need to be happen to make those things happen. You know, things cost money, as we know. Hotels are not free.
They are very, very indeed. Now, coming up today, the full gamut of cast from Trek Shorts, from Convergence, from Trek Shorts as a whole. We have Alexa Brown, we have Marcus Churchill, we have Nick Cook, Emma Thorne, and Nimran Sorn. Very excited for all of this. Plus, we are going to be showcasing, it's a watch party. We're going to be playing all of the Trek Shorts to date. We've got exclusive content to reveal. It is a Trekzone first. In the years gone past, I haven't overtly promoted crowdfunding campaigns, just a personal feeling there to do that. But I think, Sam, the difference here is that you've proven yourself, you deliver each and every time, and this is very, very exciting. So hopefully we can get you some more money today to go towards all those things. We're going to talk about that throughout this 2-hour live stream. But right now, we've got to get cracking with the show. The first up is Long Way From Home. So a quick introduction for this one, if you please, sir.
Got to think back now. First film that kind of launched the Trek Shorts brand. Nick Cook and Nim are back. Although it's after we filmed Convergence, so it's the first time for all of you guys. Doing a fun story in the Delta Quadrant, sort of, but not really. Just watch. It's fun. It's a long time ago. It's hard to remember. It's a long time ago I filmed A Long Way From Home.
I love it. All right, well, let's get into it. You are watching Trekzone Live. This is the Trek Shorts live stream campaign. Hang on, press that button and press this button. Here we go. A Long Way From Home on Trekzone.
You'd think this would be easy to find. There's just too much interference. Aha! Got you. So, first option, we chat about all of this, realise there is no problem, and help each other get off this planet safely. You'll find I'm very easy to work with. My duty reports always say works well with others. Option 2 then. But don't say I didn't try the peaceful option first. Bonus chance here. Sword versus phaser. Oh, right. Shield beats phaser then. Option 3. I'll admit, my combat training's a bit rusty, but there wasn't much at the academy for fighting a Roman soldier. I have your knife. Now, do you want to surrender? Almost got me there. Computer, freeze program. After all that, holodecks. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Computer, run a diagnostic and fix the glitch the next time I run the program. Next time, that cheap shot won't work. Computer, arch.
Hey,
Hey.
radio?
Yep, just getting our orbital flight plan absolutely perfect.
I'm jealous.
Of my piloting skills. I know. I make it look so easy.
No, of your mission, your joyride,
It's not a joyride, it's an important survey mission.
which could have been done with horizon sensors.
It could,
Uh-huh.
but the shuttle sensors at close proximity will be 3% more efficient.
And that's the line you used a couple in a row, was it?
No, I used my professional expertise as a scientist explorer and pilot to plead the case for the best success of the mission.
It's a joyride.
Joyride.
Mm-hmm.
Wish me
Eh?
luck.
Don't scratch the paint.
No promises, but who knows what could happen. Main shuttle bay. Shuttle Sayer, request permission to launch?
Permission granted.
Alright, an hour on the clock. The quicker I get this done, the more time I can just fly through the canyons. What the? No EM wake, warp trail, debris, no trace at all. What just happened? That can't be a coincidence. Computer, scan the unknown vessel.
Unknown configuration. Power levels rising.
Well, that can't be good. Evasive maneuvers. Maybe shoot first is just their way of saying hello? Computer, open a channel. This is Lieutenant Anna Keeley of the Federation Starship Horizon. I'm not looking for any conflict. We thought this system uninhabited and we were simply just doing research on the planet. My ship has vanished. Can you assist?
Warning. Power buildup detected.
This isn't how you make friends. Computer, arm phasers, target their weapons grid. Prepare to fire on my mark. 3, 2... That wasn't me. Well, that's unexpected. Computer, hail that ship. Captain Hunter, what are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing, Lieutenant.
I thought you were stationed at Chiron.
Less than a minute ago we were. Now we're defending a Federation shuttle. That's all I've got. Where the hell are we?
The Orion sector.
That's 200 light years away. Where's Horizon?
It vanished. Then this alien ship showed up with you right behind.
Coincidence?
Based on their weapons fire, I'd say no. It's good to see you, Captain.
You too. Use Intrepid as cover. Here they come again! You know, when I order torpedoes, I kind of like them to hit something. Hail Keeley! I'm guessing Horizon vanished a little like our new friends.
Exactly the same energy readings.
So either they're behind this and ran, or we're sent somewhere else.
We can narrow down those options pretty quick, if I'm right. Have a look at your sensor logs and see what you detected on the Delta 14516 waveband.
Do it.
Based on these readings, I'd say that the energy used to phase out of the system came from inside of their ship.
That's not conclusive proof. Wait, phase out?
The energy signature matches phase displacement technology. They've moved out of our dimensional plane.
Their design matches nothing in my database. Run the ship yourself, see if you get anything.
I'll be a son of a... We've got a match. Put it on screen.
It's a Kobali ship.
Kabali? Rings a bell. Who are they?
Voyager encountered them in the Delta Quadrant.
Delta Quadrant, of course. I remember now.
Here I thought you came a long way, but were the Kobali advanced enough for phase displacement drives?
Voyager never learned much about them as far as I can remember, so maybe?
Well, they have it now.
I'd say the technology is experimental, based on these energy fluctuations.
Could they be testing on us?
But why us? And why a quadrant away?
Three Kobali ships have appeared. They're on an intercept course.
I don't like those odds. Scan those ships for possible weaknesses. And Keeley, stay in our shield bubble.
Captain Hunter, have you left Chiron Station recently?
A survey mission or two. Got to stretch the old space legs.
Did you pass through an asteroid belt or comet trail?
A comet, yes. What are you thinking? And make it the short version. Those ships will be on us any minute.
Dantix particles. This planet creates them in its atmosphere. When I flew too close, my hull picked them up. I'm detecting the same particles on your hull too.
I can't find any Dantix particles in the atmosphere. But I do detect traces on our hulls.
That doesn't make any sense.
Actually, I think it does. Maybe. Horizon! She didn't move out of phase, I did! We're in an alternate dimension and here this planet's particles don't exist. Let me try something. Set course 259, Mark 41.
What's she doing?
Oh, I see what she's doing. Remodulating the deflector dish to a Nadian pulse.
Hang on. Hunter to Keeley. Do you want to explain to the idiot in charge what you're doing before you start acting without orders?
It's the particles, sir. That was the catalyst. That's what their technology focused on and brought us into this dimension. But we can follow them out.
There's a trace of the particles, but it's fluctuating. It's the tear we were pulled through, and...
We can get back the same way.
I think so. My entry point's already dissipated, but Intrepid's tear is still there. Based on the readings of the Kobali ships, I'm sending you a frequency to set your deflector to.
Already on it.
I'm sending my calculations, Lieutenant.
Oh, right. I forgot to carry the one. That's perfect. I'll use my deflector to start the process, and then you use Intrepid's big gun.
At the rate this thing's going, we don't have long. Helm, increase speed. Deflector on my mark. Full power. Now!
Shield's down to 43%.
The tear?
I think it's working.
You think?
Massive sensor interference, but my gut says it's working.
It's working, but not completely. Think, Anna, think! What am I missing? Keely to Intrepid, I know how we can make it work. We need to use the remaining particles left on our hulls. It's the catalyst, the key.
Shields at 27%.
Divert power to aft shields. Whatever you're gonna do it fast.
I've used a quantic vibration matrix to draw the remaining particles into a focused beam. I've only got one shot at this. I've got to get close. Good luck, Captain.
She's going in. Oh, damn it, Keely, it's not a race. Start vibration matrix and send out a new pulse.
Already calibrated. Ready to fire.
Helm, take us in. Fire particle beam.
Where am I?
You make it through in one piece, Lieutenant?
Well, at first glance, I'm alive. I'll have to send you a full report once I know more, of course. I take it this is Chiron Station?
Welcome to my home away from home. And a long way from yours. Horizon will be wondering what happened.
We're being hailed by the Newton.
Put them on screen.
Hunter, 1 second you're orbiting next to us and then you disappear? I know you were losing our checkers game, but this was a bit too far. Are you alright? What happened?
Hey, I was just being a good host and letting you win. First time in the sector and all that. But yeah, we're fine. And I brought a friend back with me.
Captain Shepard, it's good to see you.
You too! Sorry, have we met before?
Not exactly. Lieutenant Anna Keely, USS Horizon.
Horizon. Is Monroe around here somewhere, or didn't he want to come too since he knows he owes me another bottle of Romulan whiskey?
No, it's just me. We were kidnapped by an alien race from the Delta Quadrant in some kind of experimental, transdimensional propulsion experiment. It'll all be in my report.
Right. Yes. That sounds like an interesting read for sure. Okay then. Can we assist either of you in any way? You look a little banged up, Intrepid.
Nothing we can't fix. But perhaps you can help Lieutenant Keely.
Do tell.
She's a tad off course. And once the Newton gets underway, I think you're heading in the same direction.
We were exploring the Orion sector, and now I'm here, 200 light years away. If you're going that way, any chance for a lift?
You're a very long way off course. Yes, I'm sure we can help. And if it means Monroe owes me one more, then hey, sounds like a plan.
Thank you, Captain. And Captain Hunter, we make a good team.
That we do. You know, it'll be a while until we can get a message to Monroe on the horizon. Why don't you dock at the station and we can all grab a coffee? I could certainly use one.
I can do that. I'll beam over and I can tell you an embarrassing story about my old friend Monroe. I know just the one.
Coffee plan. Love it. I'll dock now. Captain? Captain? Well, today didn't go as planned, but that was actually kind of remarkable. Delta Quadrant. That's so cool.
How absolutely incredible was that? Let me just quickly move a couple of things around here on Trekzone Live. We need to be fading out some audio down to about there. We need to be turning on Nick Cook's microphone, Nimran Sorn's microphone. Ladies, gentlemen, lady and gentlemen, welcome to the Trekzone live stream. We are doing it live. Welcome.
Welcome, hi.
And hello to you, Nick, as well. There we are. We've got both of you. Had me nervous there for a second because I hadn't actually spoken to you. So now we have. We're doing it live, unscripted on this Thursday morning, giving Trek Shorts the biggest promotion we can ever offer
Not
here
dead
on
yet,
Trekzone.
then.
Not dead yet. As those credits roll, an incredible introduction to you, Nimran. And Nick joining the Trek Shorts fold. At this time, it wasn't Trek Shorts, it was just a fan film to get done. Nick, I've spoken to you so much on Trekzone, so let's start with Nimran, the star of the show. What got you excited for this one?
What? Sorry, I can't. I'm really sorry. I think I'm having technical difficulties.
That's all right. Maybe if I speak closer to the microphone, you might be able to hear me. Is that a little bit better?
One moment. This
She's
is not
lost
how
us.
I planned this to go, guys. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Nick, let's pick it up with you.
Okay.
Getting involved with Trek Shorts, what sort of piqued your interest with Trek Shorts?
Yeah, I just got to play in the Star Trek universe more, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't take an awful lot to get me to sign up to these things, to be fair. But Sam and I had started building a bit of a relationship because Sam had offered to do some effects work for me and really did help salvage one of our films. And kind of re-energized me a bit. And when I can't remember how it came about, to be honest, but it was one of the conversations we had, and he had kind of pitched the idea of this Avengers of fan films kind of idea, and I thought it sounded like fun. And there was a prospect of working with Sam on a film, working with Robin Hirt, and obviously I'd seen Temporal Anomaly with Marcus and I'd seen them in that. I thought, yeah, actually that could be a lot of fun. So yeah, I didn't take a lot of arm twist. In fact, I took no arm twisting. I just said yes when he mentioned it. But I'm not the most amazing actor in the world, but I like putting costumes on, and I like being on screen, and I like playing in that sandbox. So yeah, that's pretty much all it took to get me on board, to be honest.
I love
no
it.
arm twisting at all.
Nim, have we got you there? We've lost Nim, Nick. It's going to be you and I. She's re-establishing.
She's reattached. Oh, looks like a better image too.
But that, of course, means that I have to do a couple of things to make that happen. So, Nick, talk to us about, while I do that, talk to us about Captain Hunter, Trek Shorts. Did you know that you were getting into 20-plus films back then? This is pre-pandemic from A Long Way From Home.
Was that to me because I couldn't hear over
Yes,
Sam
it was.
talking?
Sorry, Nick, it was.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Just be quiet, Sam.
What was the question again?
Did you know that you were signing up for 20-plus Trek Shorts when you did A Long Way From Home?
No. No idea. And I think Sam's talked about this, and I've talked about this as well. There's been quite a few of these films have been a case of necessity that have happened insofar as, and sorry to anybody that thinks this is aimed at them, but there's been a couple of occasions where, we've traveled down to Bedford to shoot and an actor's not been available because of kind of, real life emergencies or sickness or whatever. And you get there and find out that they're not there and you can't film what you planned. So kind of Sam comes up with another film on the spot and writes it overnight. And then you shoot it the next day. So, yeah, some of that's expediency. So we've kind of ended up with way, way more films than any of us really intended. And it's just been fun. But no, I definitely didn't anticipate any of that. My original anticipation was that, we'd go down for a few days, we'd shoot Convergence, come back, and then it was, okay, we're going to have to go back and shoot for another couple of days, but that's it. There won't be any more. And then Sam I can't remember the details because it's been years now that we've been doing this. Good 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Count. Yeah.
Many years.
Anyway, yeah, absolutely. And Sam kind of pitched the Far From Home thing to me. He said, well, you could shoot your scenes up in Dundee and, I'll shoot them down here. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I was really quite nervous about doing that because Sam does work to a particular standard, and he's got very good cameras. I am not a camera guy. I didn't have a crew to shoot any of this stuff with me because it was in the middle of COVID. So it's kind of me trying to set the camera up and hit record and jump in front of it. And we didn't do a great job of it, and we kind of nicked the sound a bit. But, you know, it was a lot of fun. And I think, you know, despite the fact we dropped the ball a little bit, it turned out pretty well. And, you know, Nim carries that film. I'm just there for kind of a bit of comedy addition. But, yeah, it's a fun little film. Oh, yeah.
And there she is.
Anyway, Nim, speak to Nim.
No,
let's
Nick,
bring you in.
come on,
You are here.
Nim's turn.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I had to
that is
just come on my phone because the laptop just no.
It
Also,
distracts
your
itself.
image is much better.
I know the
On your
laptop
phone.
image makes me look so grey.
We'll just ignore that part of the live stream. Nim, let's quickly chat to you about Anna Keeley, bringing her into Trek Shorts. What got you started with Trek Shorts? And then I'm going to ask you about Sam later on. He can hear, but he can't talk.
Yeah, so I started filming with Sam in, I think it was 2014. It could have been 2012, actually. I'm not sure the exact year. 2013. And we started on a project which you probably all know about called Temporal Anomaly. And I filmed that film whilst I was still at university. Had a lot of fun. It was quite unexpected for me to be cast in that film. I was originally asked to come along to the screen read the script read. And Sam really liked it and actually then cast me instead. So I was very taken aback, but very honoured and agreed. And that's how I first met Marcus as well. So it's great to be working alongside them all still to this day. And since then, we'd sort of been in communication after university, but very little. And then I don't know, I think Sam, I'm not sure who reached out to who, but one of us reached out to one another. Sam sort of suggested meeting up, and I said yes. And then he pitched a movie film idea, and made me do a little monologue whilst we were at the pub, so that was fun. And then, yeah, since then it's just been a crazy ride. Multiple films we have filmed, but it's been great nonetheless. And I'm really looking forward for you guys to see them all someday. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Indeed, Trek Shorts, 20 plus films, the journey of Anna Keeley as well. When you got started, and we'll talk about Sam's directing, as he's so passionate that I love it, but I like asking this question, was there sort of this plan for the character, or was it kind of film by film and now it's become this bigger thing?
Yeah, so it's definitely the latter. You know, it started off as, you know, a film, and then it grew from that. So, and to be fair, like every time we go on set, we have these discussions about Anna Keeley and her journey and her, you know, we really bring that character development into it, and we play around with new ideas, and from that, a new idea is born. I do remember in the very early days, we would talk a lot on the phone. I think mainly because it was like during lockdown as well, so we couldn't really meet up. So we were constantly on the phone, and every time Sam would be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've got a new film idea. I really want you to be in it, and it's this basically." And I was like, "Okay, great, I'm on board." I'm sure Nick knows as well. I think all the cast members have had this, but yeah, so Sam just kept pitching and pitching, but honestly, it's been a great journey, and I've really enjoyed seeing Anna Keeley's character develop.
Absolutely. And Sam, as a director, a question to both of you just before we move on with the live stream. Sam, as a director, I love asking all of his actors what he is like as a director. I've been on the receiving end of the direction from 1,000 miles away. What's he like in person on set? Alexa will talk a little bit later on in the live stream. I spoke with her earlier today about Sam's direction and how it's quite precise. He knows exactly what he wants. A question to both of you: what's he like in person? Go, Nim.
You can go first.
I'm like, who wants to go first? I don't mind. So Sam's great, obviously. I think he directs extremely well. He does a lot of things. It's just him and us in the room. And he not only has to direct, but also film the entire film as well. And sometimes does acting himself in the film. So, he's great, and I think he directs extremely well. Obviously, we do have some instances where we have suggestions, but he takes them on board, and, there have been, just like any working relationship, you do get your little slightly tense moments, but then they're alleviated very quickly, and, the banter comes out, and we get on with it and we have fun whilst doing it. So yeah, I think he's really great to work with. He's a huge talent and a huge asset to this whole process. So yeah, I'm really grateful for Sam, and I think he does an excellent job.
He absolutely does. Nick, final word to you, my friend, before we keep going.
Yeah, he's a monster. He has this cattle prod, and he keeps jabbing me with it, and it's like, I've got burns. I'd just like to point this out. No, actually, everything that Nim said, to be honest, he really is a really good director. He's fantastic, and it's amazing because, as Nim says, Sam has to keep track of the cameras, he's got to keep track of everything, whereas he's got to keep in his mind where we are on this green screen virtual set. We half the time don't know. He's guiding us on that. So, I mean, he keeps a very tight control on things. And yes, there are times that we kind of say, actually, can I do it this way? Can I do that? Or can I change this line to this? And Sam will tell you yourself, I often have suggestions for my lines in changing them. And he's kind enough to listen to me insofar as, I guess, he gives me the courtesy of letting me play with my own character a bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great set. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs. Sam tolerates probably more abuse from us than he probably should. We do slag him off.
Hey, I think he gives as good as he gets, though.
He does, yeah. There's been a couple of times you and I have looked at each other and went, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, it's great. And Sam's great. And he has a very singular vision. He knows what he wants. And to be honest, he gets it. And I'll be honest, I mean, some of the best performances I've done in the last, I've been doing this stuff for like about 20 years now, and some of the best performances I've had in that time are ones that Sam's gotten out of me. So yeah, I mean, I can't say anything negative about it. I mean, it's all positive, it's all kind of like praise, and I don't want to say too much because he'll end up having a head that's can't fit on the screen or something. But no, Sam's great, and I've got a great deal of respect for him.
I love it. Thank you very much, team. Stick around. There is going to be a group chat a little later. Unfortunately, Alexa couldn't make it live, but she is here in a pre-recorded chat, like I say. So stick around for that because going to get the whole cast together, get that final push for Trek Shorts. But right now, we've got to get cracking on with the show. We are about 14 minutes over where I was thinking we were going to be, but that is okay. Sam is back. Sam, your microphone is on, my friend. Let's talk to us about the next Trek short that we're going to see, which is Hours at Warp.
The first real Trek short, when I thought I could make just 5-minute shorts, written in a car ride of an actor, to then be presented to said actor, say, please do this now. Thank you. I think it went swimmingly, considering. Learned entirely then and there, really good performance, had to develop a character instantly, and certain things in this story led to other stories, and whirlwind. I also finished it that week. So it was a film.
You are insane, my friend. Just insane. All right, let's get on with it. Hours at Warp, the Trekzone live stream promoting Trek Shorts crowdfunder. I should also mention to the crowdfunder, you can jump onto it on our short link, the Trek Short Support. It is pinned in the chat of the YouTube comments here on the live stream, and I will put it in the description as well. The Trek.zone/Trek Short Support. There's only one S. So check that out while we roll Hours at Warp. You are watching Trekzone Live.
Ensign Sam Harriman.
Okay.
I'm returning to the Enterprise after a rather brilliant engineering conference. Our guest speaker was Captain Montgomery Scott himself, a legend stuck in time. And I got to see him live. I'm glad I was able to get leave for it. Commander LaForge knows how much I value these learning experiences. Computer, time to Enterprise?
4 hours.
So a little bit of time then. Computer, is Deep Space 3 in range?
Deep Space 3 is 12 hours away at maximum warp.
No, sorry. I meant, is Deep Space 3 within subspace communications range?
Affirmative.
Send a message to Lieutenant Richardson. Let's see if he's free.
Message sent.
Computer, is the USS Hood in communications range?
Negative.
The Majestic?
Negative.
Oh, I've got one. The last I heard, the USS Luandra was in this sector. Is she? I bet Diana's not busy.
The USS Luandra is out of communications range.
Sometimes the galaxy seems so small. You just keep bumping into people. Then when you've got time to kill, the galaxy gets big again. Okay, computer. I guess it's just you and me.
Please restate inquiry.
Do you have the game 20 questions in your database?
Affirmative.
Perfect. Program 20 questions based on the Enterprise B, focusing on my great-great-granddad Captain John Harriman and his bridge crew, along with their main missions. Begin when ready.
Question 1. Name the Enterprise B helms officer.
Easy. Domora Sulu.
Correct. Question 2. Which race did they make first contact with on June 23rd, 2294?
The Landarans?
Correct. Question 3. On what planet did Captain Harriman save the life of Captain Uhura?
Riser. It's a good question.
Correct. Question 4. In what nebula did Captain Harriman engage the Gorn 4th Fleet? Incoming signal from Deep Space 3.
Put it through.
Harriman, how are you? Sorry, I just got the message.
Alexander, it's good to hear your voice. I was just on my way back to the Enterprise. Thought I'd give you a call as I was in range.
Indeed. Well, here I am. How long do you have left?
About 5 minutes. I've just dropped out of warp.
Oh, so my usual perfect timing then.
Apparently so. This always happens.
I know. Sorry about that.
It's not a problem. Why don't you let me land, and if you're free in an hour or so, I'll call you back.
Very good. It's been too long since we've caught up.
Not that long.
Long enough for some interesting stuff to happen on my end.
Oh, exciting. Well, let me land and I'll get back to you. The Enterprise is set to warp to the Amagosa Observatory once I'm on board. So we should still be in range for a day or so?
Perfect. See you in a little bit.
I'll speak to you later. Harriman out.
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. It's good to be here. Really good to be here. That's quite all right. I'm fighting the lurg, but I'm getting better with every passing minute. The sheer joy of being here is obviously like a natural cure. It's the real deal. You know, this is tough stuff. I'm amazed I'm alive, to be honest. Well, I think much the same as Nim. It was the old temporal anomaly back in 2013. I was at the same university as Sam and Nim. I was studying on an acting degree. And someone shared a casting saying, "Oh, I want to do a Star Trek film." And I hadn't done any screen acting by that point, and it was green screen as well, so I thought that might be a handy skill to have. I sent an email, and it was Sam, and he sent one back, and from that sort of point on, the rest is history, if you know what I mean. We made Temporal Anomaly in the space of a week in the TV studio on campus. And then came back after the summer to do some pickups. And then a mere 9 years later, I think he released it. So, yeah. And I'd forgotten all about it. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about it. Then he got in touch and said, "Oh, it's finally done. I'm releasing it." And my first thought was, "Oh, no." Oh, no.
I've gotten so much better since then.
I can't watch it. Personally, I can't watch it, and it's nothing to do with the writing or the production, because obviously that's all amazing stuff and everyone else's performances. But I can't watch me in it. I think I'm so bad in that film. And Sam made me sit and watch it to do a commentary for it as well, which was possibly the most painful 45 minutes of my life. But yeah, fast forward a little while after that came out, and I got a message from him saying, "I want to do some more. Are you up for it?" And I thought, well, I'm trying to forge a serious acting career. Do I really want to be doing something like that? And he said, "Well, I'll pay you." And I went, "Just name the time and place when I'm there." And I think, as I recall, it was the Doomsday story that you told me about, Sam, which I didn't know anything about. I didn't know what a Doomsday machine was. Apart from the temporal anomaly stuff, I don't really know a huge amount about Star Trek. I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry. I love sci-fi, but Star Trek is one of those things that sort of I've been on the edge of, periphery of, throughout my life. But yeah, it was the Doomsday short that we were going to do, and that was the day that Nim called in sick in the morning, just as I was filling my car with diesel to drive to Bedford. Spoke to Sam on the phone, and anyone will know who's spoken to Sam at 9 o'clock in the morning on the phone will know that it wasn't an easy conversation, because he keeps to US time, so he was a bit woozy, bless him. And we just decided he was going to write a short while I was driving over there. It's a 90-minute drive, and when I got there was a script all printed out. I had to sort of try and learn as much as possible, sat in front of the green screen, and then we filmed it, and it turned out really nicely. I thought it's one of the ones we've done that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, and this is kind of where we're sort of formulating Trek shorts. It's starting to become a thing a little bit. When you know, introducing these characters now, doing these little vignettes. We see it with Emma a little later on as well. But introducing you, and I love talking to you off air, talking about the films that have never been released. We are going to see Marcus in shorts to come, aren't we?
It's a standing joke between me and Sam at the moment that I've done so many of them, and he's never released them. He's released Emma's, he's released Nim's, he's released Nick's, he's released Alexa's, but mine, no, he's not interested in it.
Well, I'm sure it is to come, and this is the reason that we are here. We are here to plug Sam's crowdfunding campaign right now, try and get that money together so that he can release these films and that running joke can finally come to an end. Marcus, stay right there, because we're going to have an all-in group chat at the end of the live stream. We've got to get cracking on with the show. So thank you very much for beaming in. Go and take some lemon and honey tea, and we will see you very, very
I will,
soon.
thank you. Lovely job. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Marcus. Sam, let's come back to you, my friend. The next film in our list is One Small Step. Talk to us about this one.
Well, quite an escalation from the last one. Written then and there versus let's plan a really cool thing. Let's plan a new short film versus let's do a new short film. Let's do a prequel to Keely. Let's really set her up. Let's make her a bit obnoxious because she's so great in the other film. And then, oh no, the other cast member can't film for 9 months. I guess we'll hold on to it for 9 months. And then, Nim, can you come quickly reshoot a bit and then we'll release it in 2 weeks? And you can't tell what scene, because Nim's bloody good at makeup. Let's go Dominion, let's go Battling. In fact, it won your best villain award thing, which is fantastic. Really fun,
Yes.
way more ambitious, and just a whole lot of fun, because fans don't see DS9 in fan films, and I wanted to give a full-blown oomph. And, you know, make Keely important. Because Cisco handpicked her, a tease of things to come. Because nothing bad happens to DS9 ever.
No, nothing at
Only a
all.
good
Let's
time
not mention the vols. I love it, Sam. Before we get rolling, of course, that quick plug for the crowdfunder, the Trek.zone/Trek short support. I got it right this time. One S between those two words. Jump on there, donate now. If you super chat in the YouTube live stream chat, that will go directly to Sam. I will add that to the Trekzone contribution, which was hoping to happen today here on the live stream. Unfortunately, people need to pay their invoices so that Trekzone Media becomes a viable company. When that happens, Sam is getting a Trekzone donation, and the super chats will be added to that as well. So once again, the Trek.zone/Trek short support, and you might see a little bit of a spasm every now and then. My back is absolutely killing me at the moment, all of the gardening that I am doing. But anyway, this is Trekzone Live. This is what we do. This is how we do it. Let's get into One Small Step.
Cheap shot. Computer, shield status?
Shields at 65%.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, just a graze.
Yeah, thank you very
They're
much.
good,
That was
but
good.
I'm so much better.
I'm loving your hair tonight, Nim, by the way. It looks amazing.
You can thank Professor Zunak for that one.
Yeah, it looks
Computer,
really good.
divert emergency power to thrusters.
Warning, thruster power at 159%. Thruster safety limit exceeded.
What is the limit? 135%?
115%.
Oh, little bit off then. Computer, override safeties. I skimmed the manual. She can handle it.
Thruster override confirmed.
She's fast, but still bulky compared to her runabout. Computer, prepare to shift thruster power to the dorsal side. One big burn, they won't even see it coming. Oh, not what I wanted to happen. Damn it! Plan B then. But first, I have to get back control. Computer, what's the bad news? How much power do I still have?
Port impulse drive offline. Starboard impulse at 64%. Thrusters at 21%.
Oh, maybe I pushed a little too far. But I can make this work. I can make this work. I know you can make this work. Don't be so fancy, just get the job done. Arming torpedoes, just remember what Captain Right-Hand said. Feel the ship, live in the moment. Two down, 2 to go. I've got this.
Warning, ship on collision course.
Collision course? Evasive.
Training simulation complete. Level 4 reached. Total score 419.
419? Oh, I suck. I got handpicked to do this assignment. I've got to do better. Computer, how long until we reach Earth?
2 hours.
Just long enough. Ensign Anna Keeley, personal log stardate 48029.8. Challenger is heading back to Earth to drop me off for my new assignment. 8 months ago, I graduated from Starfleet Academy, 6th in my class, but with the most drive to pilot a starship. They all knew it. I was born to be out there among the stars and help lead the future to new horizons. After only a few months on Challenger, I got contacted by Commander Sisko and offered a posting I couldn't refuse. Not that I think he was going to take no for an answer. He saw my record at the Academy and wants me to pilot a new ship he helped design. When I got the subspace message, my heart skipped a beat. It was beyond amazing. I barely found my footing here, and now I'm being asked to go to what could be the new front lines. A new ship, a new crew. Not the mission I signed up for, but I would be able to make a difference. Commander Sisko saw the potential in me, and hey, that feels pretty good. I won't lay him down. Put me at the helm and I'll make that magic happen. Captain Talia.
Ensign Keeley, we've got you back safe and sound.
Thank you for the opportunity, Captain. Even in this short time, it's been an honour.
Good luck with that new ship. I read the report. Sounds like a piloting nightmare.
Oh, I'm sure I'll tame her, sir. I'm excited.
As you should be. Oh, and good luck with Commander Sisko. I knew him at the Academy. He's going to take a lot of risks. They can sometimes pay off.
Then we're going to get along great.
Sounds like it. Safe travels, Ensign. Dismissed.
Thank you, Captain. I think I've got everything. Let me double check. Yep, cool. Got my toothbrush.
Ready to beam you right to the Defiance transporter room. Commander Sisko's waiting for you.
Commander Sisko's waiting for me? Guess I'm jumping into the deep end. Okay, I'm ready. Wait, no, I'm not ready. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Energize. It was a while until we actually arrived at Deep Space Nine, but when we did, Commander Sisko certainly made an impression. He left an impression on everyone, but not as much as my time on the Defiant would leave on me. For better and worse.
And I will remember to bring my microphone up this time. Thank you to those of you in the chat that are keeping me honest with these things. I should actually bring that chat up so that I can see people. Nim is back with us. Nim, welcome back. Hang on a second. Don't speak. Don't speak. Hang on a second. Where's the button for that one? It's there. Oh, it's over there. You're... All right. Hello, Nim. We are live.
Hi. Hello.
Now, one small step. This is a very founding episode for Anna Keeley. What are your sort of feelings on it? What did you feel about it, Nim?
So I'm really sorry. I can't hear you very well.
Let me turn that up. What about now if I turn that volume up? Hello.
Hello.
Trekzone Live, doing it as a one-man show. So I really appreciate everyone's patience and support with all of this. Nim, what are your thoughts here on One Small Step, a founding episode for Anna Keeley?
So this is obviously her first sort of, her first sort of insight, I guess, into the whole like world of piloting, and it's the start of her journey, really. So yeah, she goes through, her character goes through a lot in terms of like emotions, and she just really wants to do a really good job. She's very excited by all her prospects and things that she can achieve in her career, and she's starting out, so she has a lot to learn, but she gives it her all. And yeah, that's definitely Anna Keeley for you. She loves to sort of break the rules, but sort of likes to follow them too.
I love it. And now, I haven't asked you, how much of a Trekkie are you? Do you understand the kind of significance here of Captain Sisko personally choosing Anna Keeley?
Okay, so I will say, like Marcus, and I'm sorry to say, I know maybe a few of you or a lot of you might hate me for this, but unfortunately, I'm not, a huge Star Trek fan. I, like Marcus, do like sci-fi, but oh no, your face.
No, sorry, that was me trying to fix your vertical video in the frame, and it adjusted you in the boxes, which it shouldn't have done.
I'm just having a lot of technical difficulties.
No,
clearly.
that's okay. We will leave it as it is because it is working.
Yeah, but so I did watch some episodes with my dad when I was younger, so I did have some sort of like exposure to it, but I wouldn't go so far as to calling myself a fan, and I think I wouldn't want to just call myself a fan for the sake of it, because I don't feel like I'm deserving of that title. I feel like a lot of you are far more deserving of that. So yeah, but I do value it, and I have learned a lot from Sam and Nick, and yeah, I'm growing to really enjoy it and like it. So yeah.
That is very, very cool. All right, well, again, hang around because there's some more Trek Shorts to be had, and then an all-in group chat. Let's head back to Samuel Cockings right now to introduce the next couple of films. Nim, thank you. Stay right there.
Thank you.
Sam, you are back, my friend. Talk to us about what we're about to see, which is the Tholian Gambit and the Icarus incident.
So this is we made the end of Nim's journey, or at least the furthest point, which was an accidental film because Picard came out. I said, I want to be the first to make a Picard film, so let's digitally age the wonderful, beautiful, amazing 20-year-old Nim to mid-50s. Let's do that. That's a smart play. It worked, though. Fantastic. And then, of course, Alexa came back to kind of save the Convergence Day, as Marcus also has, and I needed to make sure that she felt a real part of the cast rather than just popping in for a film. The whole Trek Shorts is about having a meaningful cast with characters that connect throughout their lives. That's what we've been able to do. And to give Alexa a proper story was a huge mandate, despite the budget increase for obviously bringing a whole new character in and a whole new set of stories. Icarus is we all loved Gary O'Brien's Holy Core. Let's kill the ship. Gary, how'd you feel about that? He had some reservations, but it was such a bold move, I thought, because no one kills their own ship in a fan film. It wasn't my ship. Well, I have brought it back subsequently because time travel, and no, I can do different periods. But let's set Alexa up on the journey to get to Trek Shorts, and honestly, let's see how she's to work with, because I've never worked with her. I worked with the entire rest of the cast a few times, so let's kind of vibe in, and then be able to write Convergence, where she's a huge part. So another one-off. Let's have some fun, some kind of darker fun, really. And Tholian is, of course, Picard's first short, aged up name. She did a phenomenal job. Kind of who is she when she's a captain? And I'm also a bit older too in it. Not quite as much, because no command, command ages you in a good way. The dignity and power of age. I'm just sort of there.
And of course, there was Nim in that Picard short. Let's get straight into it. We have the Tholian Gambit and the Icarus incident to play. And of course, a quick mention, once again, the Trek.zone/Trek short support. Contribute to Sam's crowdfunding campaign. You can see all the effort that is going in, the passion, and the people that are around that are telling us exactly who Sam is as a person, as a director, as a producer, in this Trekzone first of actually publicly supporting a crowdfunding campaign, doing a live stream about it to boot, as well as a watch party. So
and not just that, Matt.
Yes,
again, the entire cast. That's very impressive.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yes, a logistical nightmare. One cast member that likes to call in at 9 a.m. on the day and say, I can't make it because I've got reasons. We can't see Nim. We're just paying out on her. We shouldn't do that without a chance to defend. But she is awesome. We love Nim. We love Nick. We love Marcus. We love everyone. Let's get back into the show. I have Alexa Brown in a pre-record after the Icarus incident. So stay with us, because plenty more Trek shorts to come. I just have to very quickly look at my screen, cue up the next movie, next short film. Here we go. We are ready to roll it. This is Trekzone Live, bringing you all of the Trek shorts. We're continuing with the Tholian Gambit.
Captain, 4 new ships incoming.
Open a channel to the lead Tholian vessel. This is Captain Keeley of the USS Horizon. Tholian ships. You're a little lost. You're in Federation space. I can ignore the treaty violation if you leave. Now. Did they get the message?
They got it. Just no response.
Tholians. They never make it easy. What's their weapon status?
Fully charged.
Oh, the silence is deafening. Red alert. Open a channel to the Tholian fleet. Weapons powered and nothing to say. Let's not start a war here.
They're charging the web emitters.
Tactical. Charge phasers, load quantum torpedoes. Tholian ships. My tactical officer has his finger on the button, and you're on our side of the border. Respond now, or never.
The lead Tholian ship is hailing.
Finally, on screen.
You are outnumbered, Horizon. Leave the area.
And you are outgunned. This ends one of 2 ways. Whatever you're here for, it's not worth it.
We wish free passage. An Admiral Lasky temporal radiation has been detected. We must intercept.
If you want a scientific permit, contact the diplomats.
There is no time.
I'm sorry if galactic politics are tiresome. We all feel it sometimes, but follow the proper channels.
There is no time.
Please, for the sake of our treaty, leave Federation space. You have 1 minute to comply. Close the channel.
Do you think they're going to leave?
I hope so. Good choice. Stand down, red alert.
Captain, we're getting a priority 1 signal from Admiral Weir. Audio only.
I'll take it in my ready room. Helm, hold position. Admiral Weir, what can I do for you?
Captain Keeley, Horizon is in range of a new incursion. A Borg signal is coming through. Some kind of anomaly.
Borg? We've not heard a peep in years.
The Stargazer is monitoring them. Admiral Picard is en route along with the nearest ships. You'll be in the second wave.
If this is a new invasion...
Then it may not matter how many ships we can send. I know what I'm asking, Captain.
Yes, Admiral.
And they've asked to join the Federation.
I don't believe it.
Get to it. We need every ship. Good luck, Captain. Admiral Weir out.
Helm, use the coordinates Admiral Weir sent. Plot a course. Maximum warp. I hope Admiral Picard knows what he's doing.
There are moments which never leave you, moments that change your life forever. As the captain of a Federation starship, I look for the unknown. But sometimes, the simplest of things can be the most dangerous. In those moments, we either fall under the weight or rise to the occasion.
All hands, prepare to launch escape pods. Emergency crews, head to your designated pods. Computer, is our trajectory holding as expected?
Negative. Gravimetric forces exceeding predicted levels. Solar collision in 13 minutes.
Damn. Plan B it is. Was never much of a pilot, but I know the vigilance. Diverting power to port impulse engines. Computer, update status.
Trajectory corrected.
Excellent. Computer, prime escape pod ejection sequence. Activate on my mark. Keller to all hands. Prepare to launch.
Shield systems at 115%.
How diverted. Program running. Good luck to us all. Launch escape pods. Shield successfully dissipated the kinetic energy. They're safe.
Warning. Main EPS power conduits fluctuating.
We knew that was a possibility. I hoped I'd never have to do this. Docking clamps active. Thank you, Vigilance. For everything. Computer, activate saucer separation. Follow the pre-programmed trajectory. Manual adjustment controls to my station.
Saucer separation initiated.
Computer, did we alter our course?
Angle of trajectory altered by 5.4 degrees.
8% or nothing. Computer, confirm all escape pods launched.
Affirmative.
Confirm how many life signs on board.
1 human life sign detected.
The most beautiful. The most dangerous. Main shuttle bay. Easy does it, Joan. Keller to all hands. A distress signal has been sent and the USS Apollo is en route. ETA 2 hours. Everyone get comfortable, but not too comfy. We'll be out of this star system in short order. All escape pods and shuttles have been accounted for. I'm glad to see you all. Keller out. Computer. Access Keller Library. Riser Concerto number 5. Captain's log supplemental. The Vigilance has entered the gravity well of the primary star of the Zepton system. It's a standard star by all metrics, except for strange solar flare activity with unusual graviton flares. I've had a fascination with solar bodies since I was a young girl, and this has certainly piqued my interest. We have a small window before we rendezvous with the Apollo for our next mission. A quick detour never hurt anyone. These readings are fascinating. Gravimetric eddies that don't correspond to the known metrics for a star this size. What a treat. Lieutenant Dreisel, these flares are sporadic and variable. Divert power to shields and begin a modulating pattern. We don't want one of these affecting our systems. The mystery is why we're out here. Let's get to work, everyone.
We just have to take a moment and listen to that beautiful theme. There it is, the Icarus incident and the Tholian Gambit. We are well and truly underway with our Trekzone live promoting the Trek shorts. It's a Trekzone first, promoting a crowdfunding campaign directly. Doing it because Sam has proven himself worthy and has really changed the attitude here at Trekzone. Changed my attitude towards crowdfunding campaigns, supporting those that are doing fan films done right. And I'll tell you what, that is Sam to a T. There are 20 plus short films in the Trek Shorts library. It started out as a way of just getting people together and having a bit of fun and producing some fan films. Then Sam reaches out to Gary O'Brien and says, I want to grab your character, your captain, and your ship, and I also want to blow your ship up. We won't talk about that too much. But he's done that there. He's blown up the Icarus. I think that's the first time we saw a Nebula class with a sourceless separation as well. Sam is nodding off air to me. So some awesome work there from Sam and everyone involved in that one as well. Just an incredible journey that this is, Trek Shorts, and very excited to be contributing to that. We'll be checking in with the crowdfunder very, very shortly, and I will be donating once I get invoices paid from Trekzone Media. So that is going to be happening. We will be putting our money where our mouth is. If you are in the live chat on YouTube, your super chats, your direct contributions there will be added to the Trekzone tally, which will be donated to Sam. So be sure to add that as well. Looking forward to all of that. And of course, the short code to get there is the trek.zone/Trek Short Support. One S between short and support, Trek Short Support. That takes you over there. That gives me some analytics as well, so I can say to Sam, hey, we gave you 5,000 hits on that campaign. But let's keep moving on, because Alexa Brown is also joining us on the live stream. She joined me a little earlier to chat about her return to Star Trek fan films. Captain Joan Keller is back.
I am. Thank you very much for having me.
Now, this is very interesting because a character created by Gary O'Brien several years ago for his film Chance Encounter now returned. How did this all come about? What was the initial conversation with Sam?
Well, so it was actually The Holy Core that I was in first, which is Gary's other film. So I was I think it was in 2018. And I knew the film had done really well, but I obviously hadn't thought about Captain Keller since then. But then Gary got in touch with me saying he knew a fellow Star Trek fan filmmaker who was putting together a film which had lots of different Star Trek captains from various places, and they needed a replacement captain for, as I now understand, the film that has been taking a long time to come for his film Convergence. And he asked if I would be interested in reprising my role of Captain Keller. And he sent me a few of his films to watch, but I didn't need much encouragement because it was such a fun thing the first time. And I should say now I'm not very knowledgeable about Star Trek. I've done a lot of learning. I've got told off along the way for saying the wrong names for things, tricorder, the little bibbly bits like pips. I know they're pips now. So he sent me, he told me what the film would be about and how Captain Keller would fit into that, and I just said yes.
That is very, very cool. I love it. And I, having been on the receiving end of Sam's directing as well, I know how passionate he is. And he knows exactly what he wants. And if there is a mispronunciation in there, he's going to call you on it. It is interesting. I am going to get roasted for mixing up Gary's films. Of course, we haven't seen Gary in a little while. So hopefully he comes back. Now, Captain Joan Keller, I guess the question, Alexa, is... do you remember the character having to reprise it for Convergence and for the Icarus incident?
I did remember, but I did watch The Holy Core beforehand, just for a little bit of revision. But I mean, yeah, it was a few years ago, but she makes quite a lot of sense to me as a character. Like I don't mean that she's not complicated, but I think she's smart and she's quite straightforward, and she has a clear-cut vision of what's right and what's wrong. And I really love playing her. I loved playing her the first time. And yeah, I didn't have to sort of dig back through layers of anything to find her again. And also, Sam writes, as Gary does, he does make it quite easy to get back into the dialogue. Even when there's sort of technobabble, as he calls it, then it still has a certain flow to it. It kind of, it wasn't too tricky to get back into her.
So, Alexa, obviously returning to Star Trek here with the Vigilance, your ship, the ultimate sacrifice, the captain almost going down with the ship. What were your first impressions when you read the script?
Well, Sam had told me that I think he'd asked Gary if it was okay to destroy the Vigilance. As, this was his invention. So I did know before I read the script what was going to happen in it. It's kind of, her main thing is she tries everything she possibly can. She makes sure the crew are safe, and then at the last moment she saves herself. So she kind of does everything right, I think. But it's a shame. It's a shame to lose a whole ship. But it was a bad luck thing.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Now, what's next for Captain Keller? She is coming back to Trek Shorts. This is part of our watch party today, raising funds for Sam's crowdfunding campaign. It's a Trekzone first to actually be doing something so proactive for someone else's crowdfunding campaign. But there is definitely more in the pipeline. Sam keeps teasing me. Has he teased you with what's happening? Obviously, there's some filming that you've done as well. What's next for Captain Keller?
Well, I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away, so I'll be cautious. But in order to fit into the Convergence story, then he said, about 3 other films that we need to make to tie your story together and bring you in with the other characters. So the characters that we've seen in some of Sam's other films, like Harriman, Captain Hunter, Keeley, all these characters he has so far, they all come together in this film. Sorry to anyone I didn't mention. So we have been talking about films where my character meets these people. Sometimes it's quite a few years beforehand. So they all have a bit of history. So by the time we get to Convergence, you see their relationships and what might have come before, what influences different decisions they make. Also, and he threw this in at some point, I can't remember when, I don't just play Captain Keller, I play her sister, Melanie, but only when she is only in... This gets complicated, so I'm going to mess it up. I play her sister, who is not her identical sister, so slightly different, and she gets lost for a long time. And then when she reappears, she's only 16, which I do not play her at 16, but I play these various flashbacks of Melanie, who is a slightly livelier character than Joan is. So that was a bit of a curveball as well. So not just come in for Convergence, but have all these backstories with all the other characters and play your own sister in the past. Did that make enough sense?
I think so. There's enough of a tease there for people to be hooked, hopefully, and to be coming back. Certainly a very interesting one and the most ambitious Star Trek fan film, I think, to date, bringing so many people together. And Sam's got this plan in his mind that only Sam knows about, to bring all of these characters together. He's taken on characters that were created outside of his short films, brought them into the fold in such an organic way as well. I think is the what makes this work here. And has there been any filming for Convergence? Have you been on set with all of these people so far?
Yep. Yeah, we have. We had a long weekend where we got a lot done. So I should say, for anybody watching this who's thinking about funding, just because we filmed some stuff, we still need the funding. So please donate. You'll be rewarded with amazing stories. So I've seen, I've worked with Marcus, who plays Harriman. But to call him Captain Harriman. No, that's upgrading him. And he's the main antagonist. He's sort of, what he does in Convergence is the most interesting, I think. And I've seen some of the visuals as well that he's put together. So as well as all our green screen filming, a lot of which we've done, then there's also all the visuals which Sam does himself. And it's just amazing because you get to see all these different classes of ships, which I'm not even going to attempt to get the names right. But it just looks beautiful. And we have fights in space. There is a lot in there. And I can't remember the name of his composer, but even getting the feel of it from listening to the music as well, it's just beautiful. I can't wait to see them, but they do need more funding.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. Well, we've got to keep plugging on with the live stream. Next up is Judy Calls, Emma Thorne's first appearance on Trek Shorts. So we're going to get cracking with that. Alexa, thanks so much for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in Convergence and chatting with you again in the very near future.
Nice to talk to you.
And that is Emma Thorne. I forgot to keep an eye on the countdown. Sam, are you still with me, my friend? Let me bring you back in. What do you think of that? Hearing from Alexa, obviously that was pre-recorded just before our live stream. What does it make you? How does it make you feel when you hear so many people talking about you like that?
Well, it shows the hard work I put on set. People notice, and these are industry people, a lot of them, and we all work great as a team. You know, I think we've all come together very much ways we didn't necessarily expect, and we all don't want to stop working together, which is a nice feeling because we've all been in casts that's like, they're okay. But this group of people are like, yeah, you guys are awesome.
I love it. All right, mate, what is next for us? Judy Calls. This is a very exciting one. She is in our green room at the moment. Emma Thorne, this is her first appearance. Give us a quick rundown.
Well, this was her second first appearance, because we filmed the first appearance and then the actor didn't continue, so we had to film a new first appearance and get yours truly to come in and provide the not the foil, but the reaction person to kind of say, sorry about the uniform, your friend sucks a bit, but you'll get a... No, don't get a bag. No. Is that you judging her about the game? I don't know, I think you're supportive. Or are you judging? I don't know. Audience can decide. But yes, Emma Thorne introducing our young... Well, no, she might be younger than him. Oh my god, timelines. Yeah, she's great. She's great in the film. Check it out. She's great.
Absolutely, and we should also mention as well that there is an appearance by yours truly. I called it a cameo. You've corrected me. It
Not
is
a cameo.
Guest spot, co-starring, something like that.
You're on the poster. Two names. Your names.
Am I?
You're there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose Emma can have... Well, I was going to say I didn't see my face, but I suppose Emma should be there. It's much more beautiful than my ugly mug. We're trying to get a reaction out of her from the green rooms. There's nothing. She is just shaking her head, just going, I'm going to speak to HR about you.
But you are
afterwards.
more Australian, so you have that over her. But
exactly right. All right, well, that's turning into a bit of an awkward moment. Let's, of course, mention the Trek.zone/Trek Short Support. That is where you need to go to donate. The website is right here. No, that's Alexa Brown. If I fade to that is the website as it stands right now. We are at 8,056 Australian dollars, which of course translates to 4,500. I've lost it. 4,592 Great British pounds. Sam, just a quick one on that. Knowing that there are 60 backers out there that are keen for your work, how does that make you feel?
Well, yeah, we love our supporters. We had a couple, obviously, for other campaigns, and it's great to see a lot of them return. We know a lot of those people, which is fantastic. But the scale of this project needed more than our regulars, and we're hoping with still 14 days to go, and Trek, any Indiegogo's always surge near the end because there's no, oh no, it ends soon when you're like 30 days away. That just happens in any campaign. So everyone that supports us. I mean, we've a lot of money for 60 people, and we definitely can use it very, very well. But a lot to get still.
Absolutely. All right. Without further ado, let's get into Judy Calls. This is Trekzone Live.
Why is he always late? I told him my departure time. This may be your last time seeing your sister in months. And that's time. Eric. I guess I'll leave you a message. Like that's the same. Start recording. Hey Eric! You suck. I'm sure your shuttle got held up and you can tell me why later. I'm heading out now and I don't know when I'll be in system again. Enjoy the rest of your leave and good luck on the Majestic. They're lucky to be getting such a talented engineer. Mum left some fresh casserole in the fridge and I hid one of your holoprogram chips somewhere in the house. Chaotica 16, one of your favourites. Good luck finding it. Love you. Ensign Reed to Beowulf. Ready for transport. I know a constellation isn't the most glamorous assignment, but she's mine. Besides, vintage ships are cool. Who needs a galaxy class? The Indianapolis made first contact with the Ferric. Very cool. First contact, total success. So much history. I hope I can make a difference. No, I will make a difference. Mum said be assertive. Bit hard with all these butterflies.
Ensign Reed, we are nearing the rendezvous. The Indianapolis is running late. Please report to the shuttle bay.
Shuttle bay? Computer pause recording. Ensign Reed here. Shuttle bay, sir.
The Beowulf has other stops to make, and we can't wait. I'm sorry, Ensign. We have to drop you off in a shuttle pod. The Indianapolis doesn't have an arrival time, but shouldn't be too long.
I'm no pilot.
You will be at the rendezvous coordinates, and no need to pilot anywhere.
If you knew me, sir, that's not reassuring.
Oh, you'll do fine. Head on down now. Good luck with your new assignment, Ensign. Hanson out.
Great. Computer, is the Indianapolis in communications range?
Negative.
How soon until they are in range?
Unknown. Indianapolis outside sensor range.
Shuttle pods. Not good for much. Guess I'll just relax. I am not touching those controls.
Warp signature incoming.
Wow.
Indianapolis to Shuttlepod 2.
Shuttlepod 2 here. Ensign Laura Reed. At the rendezvous on schedule, sir.
Sorry for the delay and the hurry now. Prepare to beam aboard.
You don't want me to pilot her in?
Orders are to get underway immediately. I'm beaming the shuttle pod to Bay 2 and you to the transporter room. Are you ready?
Ready to get out of this pod? Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Indianapolis. Stewart to bridge. Ensign Reed is aboard, Captain.
Sir? Question?
Fire away, Ensign.
Your uniform. I was told the Indianapolis still use the old uniform.
I was wondering.
It was in my transfer orders from Commander Sudan.
Confirmed. According to the logs here, the transfer orders were changed just after they were issued.
Altered by who? Wait, don't tell me.
Ensign Talan.
I'm being hazed. By the only person I know aboard.
That makes sense. I'll make sure that it gets reported. Sorry. Welcome again to the Indianapolis.
I'll get her back for that one. My quarters?
Deck 6, Section D. Did you want me to take you?
No, I'll find my own way. I want to see the ship.
Very good. Have fun, Ensign. There should be some new uniforms waiting for you in your quarters. Oh, and check your pip.
Thank you, Ensign. Much comfier. Time to go introduce myself to Commander Sudan. See what my first assignment is. The journey starts here. And no more butterflies. This is gonna be fun.
And there we have Duty Calls from Sam as part of Trek Shorts, and Emma Thorne is with me now. Emma, welcome to the Trekzone live stream. Thanks for your time.
Hello, thank you for having me.
This is very exciting. Now, we did speak a couple of weeks ago exclusively about Duty Calls. Sam was in that chat as well. He's off in the green room at the moment, so secretly, without him listening, tell us exactly what he's like on set.
Well, I was filming with him again yesterday, so I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory that it is okay filming with Sam. It's okay enough that I keep going back. Yeah, no, Sam's brilliant to work with. He's a good egg.
He certainly is, and as we've seen really on this today, that he's just producing content at a phenomenal pace. As a fellow YouTuber, what do you sort of think of the pace that he sets?
I think most humans shouldn't attempt the same pace that Sam does with his life. I've never met anyone who has tried to film as much in a day as Sam will, and then he gets it done. That's the part that is so shocking, and it's because he does so much behind the scenes in prep. You know, he'll set everything up before you even arrive in the morning to shoot stuff, so it's, yeah. I mean, we talk a lot about, you know, making content and stuff, and he helps me out on my things sometimes, and I would love to be able to I would love to be able to have his energy to pump out the same level of content, but I can't. I'm a grandma. I can't do it.
It is a very infectious energy as well. Sometimes it doesn't quite translate all the way through our body, as you're saying, setting the pace that he does. It would be absolutely incredible for our lines of work, for our channels. In terms of Duty Calls, your first but not quite first appearance with Trek Shorts, there's a little bit more to come with you, with Ensign Laura Reed. What can you tell us?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a little bit strange for me because that was my first but not first appearance, Duty Calls. So I kind of had the the best knowledge of the character and the most experience with her by the point that we shot the thing that came out first. So it's going to be interesting to see her development and how that sort of translates. But yeah, I think her story is so exciting because you get that sort of beginning of the journey and her sort of starting adventures and the growing confidence and, you know, the how things change, and there's some dramatic swings as there always are in Trek things. But yeah, she's got a lot of adventures on the horizon.
I love it, and Sam has sent through a couple of those. That one doesn't quite work, that needs to be fixed, but we do have a couple of exclusive images to show. So if I quickly fix this image, you can talk to us about your next film. It is listed to me as next film. Talk to us about where we're seeing you here, if you remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, now I have to cast my mind back a really long way. Yes, so yeah, this is the first time I've done a documentary, and I didn't know because it's strange to do a documentary about as a character in a fiction. It's really fun. It's actually really good, really. So I guess because that first story as well is sort of me on my own, kind of geeing myself up, that doing a documentary wasn't that much of a stretch. But yeah, it's kind of like it's a little bit like sort of what we do a bit on the internet as well, getting to relay a story and kind of taking you through the emotions and the feelings, but with that little bit of more sort of characterful thinking back on it. And yeah, we've had an adventure with the Romulans, and
very exciting.
Yeah, my character actually gets to do something good for a change, do something like correct, well, sort of, but not as it doesn't go as badly as most of her adventures do. So that's good.
And also some filming here with Nick as well. Looks like you're on location.
Yeah, that was super fun. We got to beam down to obviously an alien planet, as you can see from the background. Yeah, that was great. It's super fun to be like out with another person. That was the first time. I think that was the first time on the Trek that I had actually got to film with somebody else. And
it had to be Nick.
That was great for me. I really like working with Nick. I want to work with Nick more. And I'm not just saying that because he's in the other room. No, it was really, really fun. I like it's funny, and we were sort of talking about this yesterday as well. It's like when you're in the green screen studio all the time, you miss going out and doing stuff outside. But then when you're outside, you kind of miss the studio a little bit.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, we'll stay right there because we have a group chat coming up. We have Nimrod standing by, we have Marcus, we have Nick Cook, we have Emma Thorne, we have my back doing a spasm every now and then. It is very, very exciting while we're doing Trekzone Live. Thank you for joining us. Stay right there. We have the Battle of Velsec 2 to get to now as well. Let's bring back Sam Cockings for an introduction.
It's me again. Hello, yes. Velsec 2, that was another oops. We've got to invent a new film. Let's have an idea of a dinner. Because I had a little bit more time to think about that one. Like 1 hour more, pretty much. Wrote it. And, you have a few lightning in the bottle projects. And I think that was one of them. I think Nick did a superb job. And they all do, but he really excelled in that one. All of our actors know a bit about what's happening, so I try and explain. Emma, of course, knows a lot more. But Nick gets every single bit of context. So he's just like inferring the subtext of a deep note. And it comes across. And Marcus is just saying the lines perfectly. But Nick is like, oh, the darkness in my soul. And like, perfect. And that was a lot of one-take stuff as well. That was good. Also, we had no time to film, so it was like a lot of one-take stuff because you had to fly out in like an hour and a half after, or like get the train. But we did it, and it came out, and it's great. And I flopped in Dominion.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let us get into the Battle of Velsec 2. You are watching Trekzone Live. I'm going to press that button, then I'm going to press this button. Battle of Velsec 2, this is Trekzone Live.
In 2373, the Gamma Quadrant Alliance, known as the Dominion, officially declared war on the Federation. The next 2 years were some of the most bloody in Starfleet's history. Fleets of ships were sent and lost in the hope to hold the Alpha Quadrant from a Dominion invasion. While they had allies, most races agreed the Dominion were a force to be stopped. And so the Alpha and Beta Quadrants began the Dominion War. While the war was fought over large-scale encounters, the Dominion were equally interested in small victories over the Federation. Their construction facilities could build ships in weeks, while Starfleet ships took years. Each vessel lost brought the Dominion one step closer to control over the Alpha Quadrant.
Back then, I was first officer on the Intrepid. I'd served aboard for the whole war, and we lived through a lot. The Intrepid class was cutting edge. For her size, she was damn powerful and quick. Despite that size, though, they weren't quick to build. Lots of interconnectivity and specialist systems. What I'm trying to say is, once the war started, Intrepid was called upon a lot, mostly for long-range scout missions or border activities.
While there were only a few Intrepid-class starships in service at the time, the Intrepid herself did the lion's share of the work. Her crew proved the class was a force to be reckoned with in a very short amount of time.
The day started like any other. Wait for orders, hope we're not thrown into the firing line. I wasn't expecting the orders we got.
Word had come in from Starfleet intelligence. The Dominion were holding a group of surviving Maquis at Velsac 2, 7 light years across the Cardassian border.
At that point, the Maquis were all but wiped out. They didn't deserve that. The mission was offered to several ships, but I argued Intrepid's case. I knew some of the people reported to be alive, and I knew they'd trust me.
Velsac 2, while being an average planetary system on paper, was home to a gas giant of unusual properties.
I've had a fascination with temporal mechanics for years now. I even wrote a paper on it. You can probably find it buried somewhere in Daystrom's archives. Anyway, this gas giant was actually something I'd been looking for in my research. Just the right size and gravity profile. I couldn't help myself. I had the computer running simulations en route. When we actually arrived at Velsac 2, it was clear something was wrong.
There are no life signs anywhere in the system.
Reports said the third planet. We had exact coordinates.
Nothing there. Nothing anywhere.
We crossed the border for nothing.
Incoming warp signatures.
Shields up!
The Dominion are remembered for their large fleets, but even a small group of ships could be deadly.
It was an ambush. Honestly, someone in Starfleet should have seen it coming. Maybe they did, but didn't think it was worth telling us. Either way, we were deep in Cardassian space, facing a squadron of Dominion ships.
Dominion strike craft were known for their ruthless efficiency in battle. Their tactics often showed the Jem'Hadar's lack of self-preservation. Kamikaze attacks were commonplace if they were tactically advantageous.
They dropped out of warp and went right for our nacelles. They wanted us there. With that first barrage, we lost most of our warp power. I'd only been given the big seat a few times at this point. At that moment, all I could think was, I didn't want to let Captain Emick down. And save the ship, of course.
The Dominion had lost several engagements to the Intrepid class up to this point. Their strategy changed as soon as they saw Intrepid herself. The new bioneural gel packs, which they'd been unable to steal so far, were their new goal.
So there I was. Our avenue of escape was gone, and shields were down to 60%. 3 Dominion bug ships? That's not good odds most days. But as the one in the center seat, it was my problem to fix. Evasive maneuvers, Kirk Epsilon. 5 phases on each ship in turn. Get their shield strength down. In that moment, I had a plan. It was a crazy one, but I couldn't play it safe. I think it was pretty creative. My helm officer wasn't so keen. My chief engineer, less so. But it was a real shot. I had to take it.
Captain Hunter's plan had never been tried before, and has never been successfully repeated since. The odds of success were astronomical.
I actually didn't want to know the odds. I knew it was theoretically possible, and I knew I could feel my way through the rest. My plan was time travel. Sort of. Well, not really. More of a time jump. Not even that. Maybe a time skip. Set a course for the gas giant, maximum impulse. How much warp power do we have?
Warp 2.5.
Can you push it to warp 3?
Not for long.
I don't need long. I had Helm do the trajectory, Science do the temporal math. It was my job to decide the exact course.
There have long been rumours of starships using the gravity of large celestial bodies to travel in time. While there are no official reports of any Starfleet vessels attempting this, previous interviews have implied this may have already happened. The Daystrom Institute's statement remains that this is an untested theory and should not be attempted.
I'd heard the rumours, and my own research showed it was possible. The Dominion were right on our tail the whole time. We kept firing pot shots to weaken their shields. We needed them to be confident enough to follow us in. This was an all-or-nothing kind of plan. As the gas giant filled the view screen, I did feel a bit of uncertainty. To try something so radical, but the Dominion weren't your average foe. My gut was sure. My head, not so much. Power to warp engines. I've sent my final course to your helm. On my mark, warp 3, 10-second jump. When I say go, hit it. 3, 2, 1, engage. Report.
We've dropped out 500,000 kilometres from our last position. 30 seconds in the past.
30 seconds, aye. We used the gas giant's gravity to travel 30 seconds into the past. It could have been anything from 5 seconds to 5 minutes in theory. But 30 seconds was enough.
In the Daystrom Institute, professors are discussing the various uses of micro-time travel jumps. Annika Hansen, otherwise known as 7 of 9, from Voyager, has spoken to uses of time travel in protecting the timeline. Others have spoken about the possibility of time jumps of mere seconds to fix single mistakes.
I'll be honest, those seconds in time warp felt like an eternity. My mind went to my parents, my friends from the academy, my crew on Intrepid. For those seconds, I thought about what it meant to lose it all. I almost came to peace with it. Almost. And just like that, I was faced again with the gas giant, the Dominion ships, and the us about to jump to warp. I knew this was our only do-over, so I gave my next order. Torpedoes, full spread. We'll look like a sensor echo until the other Intrepid warps away. Fire as they jump. Don't give the Jem'Hadar time to react. I don't like giving orders like that. We were at war, but it never feels right. Fire. And that was it. We were safe for the moment. At Warp 3, though, it'd take months to reach Federation space. We knew Starfleet had a ship on standby, so we sent a distress call and set a course out of Cardassian space. We'd gotten through one big hurdle, but then we were all asking the question, who would find us first? Luckily, Captain Sisko stayed close to the border and travelled with us until we got back over. No other Dominion ships attacked. I think seeing the Defiant made them think twice. I'd also like to point out here that Intrepid achieved something really special at Velsec 2. I was half expecting it to be called the Hunter Maneuver, but I guess somebody else felt differently.
While the mission goals had been a failure, in this volatile time of Starfleet history, the fact a captain and their crew returned home safe was all the victory Starfleet needed.
I know it's been a few years, but I still wake up sometimes and wonder whether Dominion will strike that day. We all got used to seeing the casualty reports. You don't just get over that. But having gone through it all, I can say with total certainty, I value the work I do now. I joined Starfleet for a reason, and for those of us who got to go back to that, I'm thankful.
Engagements like this were common throughout the war. The Intrepid was one of the lucky ones to make it back. Their story is one to remember, as are those that did not return. This has been a Memory Alpha documentary, and we want to thank Captain Hunter for sharing this story.
Turn my microphone on as well. The one step that I'd forgotten. Wow, Trek Shorts over the last 2 hours. Everyone,
Matt. Quiet. Matt, you're muted.
How am I muted? Hang on. What about if I turn up?
Hey.
How's that?
Yeah,
there we
go.
go.
This is going well.
This is going well. A group chat. I think this is a Trekzone record with 5 guests plus me. It's a 6-way chat as we celebrate Trek Shorts. Sam, first of all to you, my friend, an incredible effort. Congratulations.
First 6-way.
Why, Nick? For God's sake.
After that conversation we were having in the green room, Nick.
Yes, Matt. Hello, Matt. What did you want, Matt?
Seeing it all come together, seeing all of your cast and crew here, what does that feel like?
Well, they're all pretty fantastic. That's the vibe you all get from watching this live. We obviously miss Alexa already. She jumped in the chat briefly to say hello. There's almost the entire main cast. And obviously, Matt's here. He's a guest in one episode. So we do have 6 full cast members. No, fantastic. And they're all awake still, because we're all UK people. And I mean, you're very early, obviously, itself. But thanks, guys, for being awake at this point to be here, because you'll have real lives. So, thank you.
Exactly right. A massive congratulations. Thank you for filling that time while I changed that box over from the Battle of Velsec to the live shot of the website. We want to see those donations coming in. I feel like we're doing a telethon. We have woken up the Trekzone household as well with our loud chatting. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, though, here in Australia, so they should be awake. Let's come to you, Nick. We haven't spoken to you in a little while. Nick, seeing that all come together, seeing Captain Hunter do his thing, and I guess 20 years of Intrepid as well. What's this like, taking the next step with Captain Hunter?
Oh God, I don't even know how to begin. I apologize for the mess behind me, by the way. It's just a mess. There's costumes and props and rubbish all over the place, but never mind. To answer that question, it's just a lot of fun. And, you know, I never envisioned that when we started working on Intrepid, which was more than 19 years ago now, that this far down the line I'd still be doing this stuff. And I guess some people might think that's a little sad, but to me it's kind of as a fan, it's kind of the best hobby ever. And I love doing creative stuff, and I guess this does kind of take over the amount of creative stuff I do. But for me, it's just very satisfying. And to go back to Velsec 2, as Sam was saying earlier, that was one of the films that really just came out of, you know, we need to shoot something tomorrow, and Sam wrote it overnight. We kind of chatted a bit about what we might do and how Hunter might react to things, and how we might get out of that situation. And I think I'd suggested, Hunter would probably use time travel, because, you know, he's a bit of a nerd that way. And so and then we could do this, and we could do this, and we could do that. And, you know, it just kind of went from there. And I went back to my hotel and went to bed, and got up the next morning, there was a script sitting in my inbox. I was like, okay, fine, we'll do this. And as Sam had said, we were kind of rushed, and it came out really well. And a lot of that credit has to go to Sam, because, I mean, it was his direction that got a lot of that out of me. You know, I can be pretty hit and miss as an actor, and I think Sam really does get kind of the best out of me a lot of the time, which is really good. But it's expanding the history of Hunter, which is just, for me, really nice, because, I mean, we kind of play in this kind of 2380s onward time period, so going back to periods like the Dominion War and stuff is really quite exciting for me, because I've never got to play in that kind of setting with my character.
Very, very cool. Let's move down the list now to Marcus. For you, Marcus, seeing it all together, I know that you haven't had very many Trek shorts released yet. That's the running gag at the moment. But for you, seeing this all come together, is it exciting to be a part of this?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've always said, I'd love to be part of something that's got a real canon to it and has a real ensemble feel about it. And until, I was never part of Convergence originally. There were some other actors involved who then ended up dropping out. And because I'd done a couple of the shorts with Sam, he said, "Oh, let's get Harriman in." So that was a real high point, doing Convergence, with all of us in the room, sitting uncomfortably close to each other at that point. But getting everyone together and having that sort of ensemble feel was a really, really nice atmosphere, and everyone gets on really well as well.
Are you just saying that, Marcus, because they're here?
No, not at all. Not at all. Even though Nim's listening, I'm still everyone gets on really well.
I love it. Nim,
Me and Marcus do then. No one else agreed. Everyone was just like, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I love it.
No, it's a really lovely atmosphere. So
that is awesome.
I agree.
Nim, I want to just chat to you very quickly, throw a question at you. Obviously, I wonder how much you can explain for us. There is a phrase that's been brought up a few times in the green room. Classic Nim. We've mentioned this a couple of times, alluded to it a little bit, but it has become its own phrase amongst Trek shorts. Tell us a little bit about Classic Nim.
Where do I begin? I feel like things just happen, and then I don't know, I feel like kind of trouble kind of follows me a bit.
You do look like trouble, I will say that. In the nicest possible way. No, in the nicest possible way.
No, I mean, look, obviously unfortunate things happened. I had COVID, I had a couple of other health issues. So that was unfortunate, but we did some really great things from that. So yeah, well done to the team, to be honest. So yeah, there's just a lot of, I don't know, they've just kind of branded me as the classic Nim moment now. So think of that what you will.
Exactly. Now, I will declare that obviously you are an awesome sport, and I'm not just picking on you in a mean-spirited way. Just for anyone watching going, hey, they're picking on Nim, that's not very fair.
Well, for clarity,
fine. I'm so used to it. I'm so used to it.
Everyone in the
no,
group
I give
has
as good as I get.
Everyone in the group has unique banter with each other, and we all have in-jokes that are both positive and negative to each other. So that just happens to be because these initial films, some of them were literally because Nim couldn't turn up. That's just because. Once you get past those, everyone else has their own things. And there's a film in the works we're filming relatively soon, which shows a lot of those in-jokes. And I'm so excited to see them play the jokes within the joke while acting the joke. Yeah.
It's a joke.
And I am the joke of that film.
Is there going to be...
Yeah, you are late.
Sam, is there going to be a Trek short about classic Nim? Can we move this into canon somehow?
I think Mark answered that 4 seconds ago.
That'd be great. He'll write something by the morning.
I could. Keely's always on time. Keely's always early, unless she's drunk. That one few years.
Emma, let's chat with you, the last person that I haven't spoken to in this group chat. Joining the Trek Shorts family, I believe that you're the newest cast member along with Alexa. So what's it like to get involved with this? It's an awesome group. It's the first time I've been together with this group as well. The energy, the vibe is real. The friendships are real as well. What's the feeling been like for you to join this family?
Yeah, so lovely. I mean, it was intimidating at first because it's sort of like joining an existing family as a new person is a little bit scary. But once I'd gotten to actually meet and work with everyone in like even if it was like for 5 minutes on a very busy day, it was like, okay, these people are all really, really lovely. And everyone is always laughing and having fun, but being professional. It's a good, wholesome group. And again, I'm not just saying that because everyone is here. It is actually very, very nice.
It
and Emma had
absolutely
quite a
is.
unique vibe as well, because Emma did a solo with me with the initial short, and then Nick came along and sort of gave her here's a proper fan film sort of weekend, and then here's Convergence. Here's all 8 people. So you sort of vaguely let in nice, and then everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
like to disagree
And
that we're wholesome. We're not wholesome at all. We're actually quite, naughty.
I'm always
nobody
professional.
needs to know. Nobody
some of the
needs to
fans
know.
that we have.
Well, in fact, in the Indiegogo video, Nick's laughing inappropriately because he makes an inappropriate joke. So I do keep part of that in the Indiegogo video. And Marcus says he's not going to keep that in.
Behind the
I
scenes,
didn't.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
They will come out at some point.
You're exactly right. There's got to be a blooper reel. Sam, are you collating a blooper reel?
There's almost only. Wow, I bloopered in blooper reel.
Live bloopers.
Yes, there'll be bloopers for each film because everybody bloopers.
Awesome. And we should probably say a congratulations to Ray Wood, who has just donated, and he's now a lieutenant. We should refresh that page. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ray.
To
Thank
Ray.
you very much,
so much.
Great stuff.
That is
Makes
awesome.
a
We now have
difference.
61 backers. Every single cent helps. There's the back again.
Oh,
I love Nick.
God.
What can you tell us about Convergence, Sam? We are live and unscripted. I'm trying to think of questions here. Tell us about Convergence that's coming up. There has been that filming weekend. What more can you tell us? Alexa gave us a little bit of a tease as well.
Oh yeah, I mean that was definitely the let's do a film. The OGs of Trek Shorts, Nick and him here. It's like yes, let's come together, and then the cast came together. We filmed it, and then the cast moved away slightly. Then the world stopped, but we kept going, and then the world restarted. And 2 of the cast didn't want to return or couldn't return, and then we brought in Marcus to play an amazing replacement and obviously a re-evolution because I know some fan filmmakers can just literally pull an actor to replace one for one, but the characterizations are different. And the film had been quite different. Very hard to write with everybody having unique stories. Because I wrote the first one when we had 0 films. I wrote the second version of it when we had many films. So everyone had internal chemistry, to balance how much Nick is going to rag on Marcus and how much Emma's confused with Nim and then how much Nim's going to bitch up Marcus. So much interconnectivity. It is now really the Avengers Endgame of the Trek Shorts. Of like, yep. And Marcus, man, he learned like 28, 30 pages of dialogue. I mean, what an absolute boss, because no one else did.
Marcus, how do you
learn any lines?
Threw us all under the bus there.
But I was saying he had the most, he did it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, to be fair, props to Marcus. Well done.
And
indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. So Marcus, I guess you're kind of becoming this father figure in the group. I'm picking up, learning all your lines and carrying on and soldiering through.
I'm trying to lead by example, but sometimes people they need to be dragged up rather than pulled up. But I don't like turning up not knowing lines. It works for some people, and I'm not judging anybody at all. But I like to walk onto a set knowing exactly what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it. So I think that's just a bit of a difference in the way people work. That's all. But I do have a lot of
you're
dialogue
professional,
as well,
and some of us are not.
Yes. Yes.
That
Actual
too, and
professional
then
actor.
also the job aspect comes into play too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You guys, I've got a bit more spare time on you guys as well. So.
I mean, Marcus really did hit the set running, and you did a really phenomenal job. And I don't know how you got through some of those lines that day because, holy crap, there was some ridiculous tracks of dialogue that you had to come out with, and you nailed it. And your performance was amazing.
Thank you.
Really impressed. So hats off to you, pal.
You're always amazing. Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
So I think it's fair to say we've all done many shoots, but the Convergence shoot was very special. Everyone together, a unique vibe. It was a 4-day for me because we did multiple things with different people, and it was really intense. Now I was shooting it. Obviously, everyone else had breaks, except Marcus, pretty much. But I was shooting everybody every second for 4 days.
But there was never a crossword. No one got upset with someone else.
Marcus fell asleep.
It was amazing.
Well, I have a great picture of Marcus asleep.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
I might have video of
It was
that,
a very
actually.
hot day though as well.
It was just for a got sweltering. We timed that so well, considering.
Yeah.
Although poor Emma, she came on the hottest day of the year for our shooting. And
oh yeah.
Emmy did such a good job. And Nim almost, because we stopped filming because it got too hot. That was just because of the time. And Emma was just like, we're going to keep going. Yes.
Look at the man boobs. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, I'm not seeing this photo. Where's this photo? Oh, I missed it.
Convergence
I'll bring it back up for you, Nim.
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to point out I've lost a little weight since then, so you know.
Go on, show us then, Marcus.
I've got a lot of pictures of Convergence. Give me a sec. I've got like 2,000 pictures.
Oh, God.
And there is our captain.
Aw.
Now, I had a chat with Anson Mount a couple of years ago. When was it? It was 2021. Not to brag, but at the start of
He's
that
a Star
interview,
Trek actor, Marcus, and them.
No,
Star Trek
not
actor.
to brag.
A famous captain, Star Trek actor.
Right.
Where I'm going with this, and bear with me. So when I started my chat with Anson, which was a surprise phone call from Supernova's PR person, by the way, I stood on my desk and I said, "Oh, Captain, my captain, is there one of those in Trek shorts for anyone?" A question to the group. You have to say someone now. I've put you on the spot.
I mean, I'm the only one who probably gets the Dead Poets Society reference. I'll give you that much. But no, I don't know because
some of us have seen Dead Poets Society.
Some of us have clearly never heard of it.
Robin Williams, great film. Go check it out.
Amazing film.
Anyway, I was sort of referring there to Alexa and Joan. I just get that vibe that she could carry a starship in real life.
She's very calm and collected, isn't she? You can't imagine Alexa ever losing her temper.
Yeah, except she doesn't really like Hunter much.
Well, yeah, I've made her, and it's fun to make her lose her temper. Yeah, it's fun to write.
I like you. It's all good.
Let's have a look at another image here. Here is Marcus being all stoic.
That was a really fun shoot, that one. I really liked that one. Yeah.
Talk to us, Marcus, talk to us about the gentleman to your right there, on camera left.
That's a gentleman called Sean Ferrick, I believe his surname is. Sam knows him better than I do. But yeah, he's a big vlogger, Star Trek fan, and he came in to do a couple of days filming with us on a Trek short. And we had a really good time, really, really good time. He's not an actor, but he did a really good job, And it's one of the ones I'm most looking forward to seeing when it's all finished, because it was really good script, lots of action, lots of cool props, lots of running around in woods and pointing guns and phasers at each other. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that one.
Very intense, that one in particular.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's quite a dark story, that one.
Yeah, there is some yelling, and it was great because I said, "No, guys, seriously, even if people are around in this forest, just yell, just it'll work better." And once no one came to check on us, the second take was much louder, and it was loud. It was great.
Now, we have a question from the audience. Sean O'Keefe has asked, Nick, the silver model behind you in the top left, what are we looking at there?
Top left?
Oh, no, that's you. I believe is that Voyager behind you on the desk?
There is a Voyager model there, yeah.
I love it.
It's silver. Picard had gold models in his ready, and I guess he had a yellow model in his ready room. But I figured I'll have a silver one.
That is very, very cool. I like it. Will there be a standard computer voice for all ships, Sam?
Oh, God dang.
Oh,
look at that poor old fart, honestly.
There he is.
Jeez.
Just
That's
a
a
midday.
good photo, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Just a midday nap. It's a midday nap.
Well, it's all those lines. They're very tiring to learn.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing about our films. We are all, you can tell we're all fully committed. So when we start on the day, we just keep going till we're done. I mean, sometimes it's like, okay, we'll throw this part into a different day. We know that pretty early on a day, like, okay, that scene we're going to have to migrate. But we're like, yep, we need to get these things done. Often because, unlike Nim, we can't all match our hair. So it's like, yeah, no, this isn't going to be the same. And Marcus warns me, we're doing this today because it won't look the same next time. This is what it's going to be.
There's not much left as it is, so you keep wanting to de-age me, it's not going to work anymore.
Yeah, Marcus, Marcus and Nick, how do you feel? You're both in 20s sometimes,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, and I think I've told people, mentioned this before, but when you were first doing the early tests for Pursuit of a Dream and you sent me, test shots, I remember showing one to David, who's one of our cast. They went, "Oh, that's an old one." I'm like, "No, it's not." And he was, he genuinely thought it was an old photo. So it's just weird because I guess you look in the mirror, but you still don't feel like you're 20 years older than you actually are. So to see yourself on screen the way you kind of internally picture yourself is cool, but also slightly sobering. But it's fun. It's nice to be able to go back and play that character in that era.
Very, very cool. I do love it. You said that maybe a little too plastic, though, Nick.
I think it depends. Sometimes, yeah, I don't know.
It's not
sometimes
perfect.
A little bit it's not perfect.
It's
and I don't
quite
want that
good,
to sound
though.
like. I think it's very good, so I don't want that to sound like a criticism. I said that off camera.
Oh, sorry. Were we off the record?
On the spot there.
No, look, but
no.
I think.
I mean, no, you go.
I'm just going to be quiet now. Picked on you. No, look, I think it is what it is, and I think you can look past that and see that there is a 20-year difference from where we're at and what we're doing. We're doing Star Trek fan films as a hobby, and as Sam has said to me off camera before as well, that it's never about being perfect and going through everything with a fine QC tooth comb. It's about making films for the fun of it. And I think that's the best part as well. I'm looking forward to my de-aging scene as well.
Well, you've asked for it. I will say that. You have said that privately.
You don't need it, Matt. You don't need it.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah,
I will
was
say
gonna
that.
say the same thing.
No, you're getting aged up, Matt. You're getting aged up, remember?
Well, it's not hard to do. I'll shave my head. That'll add 20 years.
I did give my dad a CG toupee once. It's very brief, though, because he really needed it for a shot. And also, I've tried to de-age Emma. She looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
100%. She is immortal.
I don't think she's ever going to age.
I'm a baby.
And Nim looks very adorable, de-aged. Very, very adorable.
But really, it's.
I've not seen myself de-aged.
The film you did
because he'd be like
aged up.
15. Yeah.
The aged up film it's so odd watching it as someone who knows Nim. Because there's you can't, if you'll pardon the pun, you can't see the cracks. If you didn't know her, you just assume she was that age. It's and Sam's working in a tiny little room in a semi-detached house. This isn't Marvel Studios we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And this is the same guy you met in Temporal Anomaly as well.
In a room. Yeah,
and the kid you met from Temporal Anomaly is like, now I'm making you relatively effective. And I will say for Nim's aging up, yes, it looked good, but Nim's performance, the fact that she acted the age, that was a standout there. Because yes, you look it, but you feel it, and it was really, really good. And that was I threw out you the week, like 2 weekends before, like, said, Nim, do you want to do this thing when I see you next? You're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was very quick.
And we did it. It was great. But you did such a good job, Nim. Really, really good job.
I didn't actually know that it was Nim when it was first released. I didn't make the connection, and I don't think I actually made the connection until today.
Oh my god!
Which is probably a good thing. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
My favourite comment on that film was someone saying, "I don't want to be rude, but is Nim all right?" It's like, yeah, we aged her up. Yep.
The answer to that is always no.
I actually haven't seen that comment.
Yeah, it's one of the early ones.
That's brilliant.
Love it. A shout out to Lord Nib. Jump on that, Sam.
Hi.
A shout out to Lord Nib, who is now a captain. Thank you very much for your donation.
Yes, we got a
Thank you so much.
£80 from Sean. That is amazing. I mean, that £80, we know how far that goes. That goes a long way, so thank you so much. That's 15%, which doesn't sound a lot, but it's a lot of money to raise. So it is still a lot of money out of a lot of money. So
absolutely,
thank you.
And 22 extra backers since I checked in last week. I think there's been 2 or 3 on our live stream today in our couple of hours.
2 more.
And that leads perfectly into a next question. Quark is in the YouTube chat. He says he's being a little nosy, but he does wonder, and it's a good question, what does more funding mean for Trek Shorts, Sam?
Honestly, a lot of hotels. That's where you see a black hole of funding. Because we like the cast actually not have to necessarily travel in the morning to get there by 10. They all have 2-ish hours of travel, and then Nick being 7 or 8, or 6 or 7. So a lot of hotels, all the food, all the expenses, there are more props, there are more costumes. And when you want to tell a story, even at a fast pace, if you need 4 days of shooting, all those expenses come straight in for 4 days. And it's not really negotiable. And that's shooting a lot. If we're being slower, Nick knows from his experience in filmmaking, and Marcus in real filmmaking, 4 pages a day, 1 page a day, and we're shooting 10 pages a day, 40. We've been very good about it. But if it takes 20 more days to shoot, that's 20 more days of expenses that I certainly hadn't planned for in the first Indiegogo, because I planned 5 films.
And then
Your ambition
obviously
is
fucked up.
Exactly right. The ambition there with you, Sam, is just incredible. There is so
I will
much
say
more
the
to come.
de-aging. The de-aging is also a big part of that. Once Nick through Nick's film, we developed that. That's such a powerful tool. I've obviously wouldn't have done Nim's Captain film with that. I've got 2 films with Nick that are entirely de-aged, and with Emma, same thing. These things I wouldn't have. No offense, but Nick couldn't pull off 20 now. No offense, so I probably wouldn't have tried necessarily.
With this baby face.
You're in low res. It works better in low res. But it opened up so many cool stories.
Wow.
Wow. Because young Nick or young Marcus is almost a whole new character. So you are getting this
young
same
Marcus
cast.
is still here, thanks. Why is he laughing?
But also, I'm looking forward to film with older Emma when she's mean on Marcus's ship, because there's some really mean lines. I'm looking forward to seeing angry Emma.
Am I getting bullied by
I'm
Emma?
looking forward to that as well.
God, that would be terrifying.
I am looking forward.
I can't picture that at all.
Exactly, it's going to be great.
Well, that was the diplomatic answer,
more
Nick.
evil.
That was the diplomatic answer, Nick. I was going to say I'm looking forward to seeing an angry Emma, because Emma is awesome online with people that are around that tend to gravitate towards YouTubers with, shall we say, Emma's stupid opinions. So angry you on screen is going to be an awesome sight.
Yeah, you can see angry me any day. Just look at my YouTube channel. But in Trek, though, everybody's mean to me, so I get to be bully instead of bullied.
Yeah, that one scene where Nim's just like, I don't really like.
I didn't like that.
Is my subtext.
Nim's so mean to me.
Hey!
I'd
not
like to point out,
Nim.
Hunter isn't
Anna,
mean to
just-
you.
Sorry,
just for
sorry.
This is true.
Hang on,
Everyone hated
there's some
the
truth on the set.
No.
That's awesome.
Anna is mean.
And I love that there's that, Sam's teased me about that off air, about a little bit of a conflict there between Laura and Anna. I like that, because the sort of surgical world that early TNG and TOS was, not kind of really real world, real life. So having that conflict, I'm looking forward to. Nim, what was it like to portray hatred towards Emma/Laura?
Well, I already said, but I actually didn't like it because Emma's so sweet and she's just like, look at her, she's adorable, and it was very hard to do it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was in the script and I had to, so there we go. But yeah, it was hard, and I had to think of someone I actually hated, to channel that hatred.
But it wasn't real anger. We're playing it as if it's a yelling scene. It's subtext. It's choice words.
Yeah.
It's not mean. The next film, however, that'll play. That's December. That's going to be very interesting, because I actually had to fully explore that as a full theme. Nick and Emma are like soulmates in terms of their Trek lore. It's like, oh, that's so. And then Emma's like, oh, but their histories aren't compatible, which is nice, because Keely's never mean, really, but she has feelings.
Yeah. Well,
Just doesn't know how to portray them. properly.
It's like, seriously, Keely, what is your malfunction? Get over it.
I know, right?
She's an
Well, you'll be
onion.
there to
She
help
has
her.
layers.
I do have layers.
Now, who gets that reference? Everyone in this chat should.
Shrek.
And I will
Yeah.
say that that's actually a good reference because Keely is a very complicated character. I mean, all these guys are really great, but Keely especially is so well developed through the course of the character's life. Because we've gone from 20 to 50. Really, really interesting character, and does an amazing job playing so many variations. Really, really good job.
And,
I think
and what's
also
really
something-
funny about that is that originally in Convergence, Nim's part was not that big.
Yeah.
And she's gone from basically being one of the supporting cast in that to pretty much kind of the lead in a lot of ways. And I think that's I think that's a great thing. I think the way the characters evolved from that first pass at Convergence is just light years better than what we would. And I just think it's a much better story and a much better film.
And so organic. Wasn't forced, all just
totally.
built.
Totally.
Marcus.
I was just going to say it's worth mentioning as well that the Star Trek sort of universe is not famous for its strong female characters. As a universe, it's a bit of a sausage fest. But with
That's
the
the
Trek shorts,
exact word that Nick used.
we've got a lot of very strong female characters in the Trek shorts universe, which I think is nice to see because it's all of the ladies that are playing the characters are really good and their characters are very, very strong. And you know, as you said earlier, you really know that they're going to be able to get the job done. The characters will get the job done, and I don't think you see that a lot in the actual Trek universe.
I think that's changed in recent years, but you're right. If you look back to TNG, where like an episode like Cupid, where all the boys are fighting with swords and the women are hitting people over the head with pots, and you're like, really? I mean, yeah. So yeah, and I think that has been changing, and I think it has changed. But it's a very fair point. And it's funny you mentioned Sausage Fest because, like Nim said, that was by far my biggest complaint about Convergence, and it was just the nature who we'd used to as
Wasn't my fault.
No, it wasn't your fault, but it was just a fucking sausage fest, and it's like, and
It was
with
me and a
Nim
bunch
there,
of guys in a room.
yeah, well,
That's what it's like on set.
but
And
yeah,
only
but
three cameras.
That was certainly my problem with Convergence, and like you say, like Sam says, it was it wasn't anybody's fault. It's just the fact that that's who we could get, but it was like five guys in Nim, and that never sat well with me. I never liked that. And when we were in a situation where we were looking to replace actors, Sam and I discussed this at length. I said, look,
We had mutual picks, though, in fairness.
Oh yeah,
we had
definitely. And we kept.
mutual,
I mean,
that'd be
you
great.
you never disagreed. You felt the same way, but it was like, and I
Where's
think
the
that-
actor, first and foremost?
But I think the happenstance of the whole situation has just led to a much better project, and ultimately, Convergence is a much more satisfying film. And the prevalence of strong women in that film is just like such a boon.
Well, and in
And
fairness,
it's organic.
I mean, and Emma, you were there for our full 3 female shoots that didn't have a guy anywhere except me, and I don't count. I mean, how was that then? If you're considering the alternate,
It was great. I mean, I was when I
Sorry.
was there. No, it's all right. I came in. Oh my gosh, a man's talking over me while we're talking about strong women.
Rude.
I'm gonna start.
I tried to
I'm
give
gonna
you
start YouTube beef with Nick.
Angry Emma, go.
I'm furious. No, but
Do you want me to turn all their
I-
mics
I-
off? Oh, I just talked over you. I'm sorry, Emma.
It's because there's too
I'll turn
many
my
of
own
us,
mic
it's
off.
Fine. No, but it was. I wasn't there when it was. It was already de-sausaged by the time I arrived. So it was really nice, but it wasn't as jarring for me.
Well, you had a good time with Electra
and
and
your
Beth. You had a solo day. You had her there.
Yes. It was great, and they were very good, and it was a lot of fun.
Anne Marie was there as well, actually. I was very outnumbered. And Mum was there. So it was 5v1.
Yes.
That's not the point.
Sam, I think you have your new tagline for Trek Shorts. De-sausaged.
Nope.
Trek Shorts de-sausaged.
Nope. Nothing here's canon. This team off script are terrible. No, on script. But it was kind of funny though because Marcus, has said several times, "When are my films coming out?" But until Nick's film, we had entirely female shorts this year. Just happenstance, but that's like 5 shorts in a row, all with females of varying everything. And then Nick came out. Yeah, Nick. Coming up this year. Yeah.
Nice work.
I told I'm an honorary girl anyway, so.
My goodness, there are some classic moments in this. I'm going to have an absolute field day cutting this up for our social replays throughout the next couple of weeks. Guys, we've got to look towards wrapping it up, unfortunately. We could talk for hours, but unfortunately I
have a question, Matt, for everyone. I
Yes?
have one good final me question. This is, which has been your favourite short to film and why? Which is very difficult for some. So what kind of sticks out? Start with Nick. What one? And not one's come out. Like one that has yet to come out. It's like a... Yeah.
No.
Nick, what strikes
One that
out?
hasn't, so
one that hasn't come out.
Sure.
Yeah. Anything that... Just don't give spoilers, but just which... who's it with and what do you reckon? You have to pick one. That's why it's hard.
I can't pick one. I'm gonna pick 2. Sorry.
Okay.
So there's one with Emma, which I don't know when that's coming out, but you shared a picture from that. That was actually really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that. And one I shot with Nim, where we're working together and
dealing
not
with big
necessarily
issues.
getting on that well.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I don't know how that's going to look as a film, but I think that was a lot of fun to film. And I liked the kind of tension between us in that. It was nice to play off of.
Yeah, it's nice when
Those
Nim
2.
overpowers. It's fun. You know, Nick, 19 years of fan films. Nim's like, nope. In this scene, I'm the boss.
God, you guys are really painting a picture of me.
I just want to add, Nim is lovely and she is a joy to work with. So yeah, nobody be down on Nim.
I love it. Marcus, your
Emma.
favourite...
Oh yeah, Marcus.
I was just thinking about this, and I think probably the favourite is going to be the one of the crossover films. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say about it. It's a crossover between 2 stalwarts of the sci-fi.
It's been announced. You can mention it a bit.
Has it?
Yeah.
The Stargate Star Trek crossover, where I'm playing a character from Stargate and Harriman in Star Trek, torturing myself in a chair, which I think, as is going to look really, really good. Nim was there when Nim was in it as well, so you got to play 2 parts as well, didn't you? So that was it. Yeah, and we filmed them so far apart. We're doing the Star Trek we're doing the Stargate stuff, and I'm standing there thinking, have we filmed this? Have we done this bit?
Yeah.
So it was a real mind blower, but I think that one's going to be really, really good fun when it comes out. It was really good fun to film because you get to play 2 different characters interacting with each other.
And that was good because we had filmed that, I think, 6 months apart. So you had entire different hair and beard, which is hard to do when you're playing 2 versions on the day.
It was.
And Nim got to play Keeley not at all that entire shoot day.
The least favourite bit was when Sam decided that I had to actually be cable tied behind a chair.
Oh yeah.
And then while I was sitting there, he just buggered off upstairs to do something else. Didn't come down for 10 minutes. I had to ask his mum to let me out.
It was 2 minutes. You're exaggerating.
I could have just done that behind the chair, but no, I had to be cable tied.
Well, the performance was better when you were cable tied, though. There was a difference. I noticed the difference.
De-sausaged and held down to chairs. I'm seeing a pattern. Emma,
That's what it's like to work with Sam.
Emma, your favourite moment on a release to come?
It's tricky. I am really looking forward to that one with Nick that we looked at the still from. The one that I did with Alexa and Beth. My character has quite I don't have that exciting a journey in that one, but I got some quite sweet, chill moments while everyone else was having a big, stressful adventure. I'm quite looking forward to seeing that. Yeah.
Very
also,
nice.
Lieutenant, so it's nice to be more mature and have experience.
Yeah. Yes, finally.
Yeah. I love it. Nim, you're next.
I don't even know where to start because I can't actually remember every single film that I've shot because I've shot so many films that I can't keep up. But one is Well, two. So the same as Nick mentioned, the one with me and him, where we're just not getting along. That one definitely stood out to me. But also the Nightmare shorts. I think that's what it's called. Sam, you'll have to remind me. Is this the one where you eat cake in?
No, that's the.
Is that the...
That's
a different
massive
one?
one. That's the Defiant
okay, so
short.
then I've got three. I've got three then. So the Nightmare, and then also I call it the cake one.
For good reason.
They were really good fun. Really, really good fun.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see them when they come out. So yeah.
Yeah, there's one scene where we're acting together in Defiant Short where you push so far down in the emotional range that I felt chills. I'm like, oh, this is a scene. And I had to keep with you at that level. I'm not an actor. I'm like, yeah, I think we both felt like, oh, that was a scene.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a second take of that. That was the take right there.
Yeah, there was a lot of great moments in that film. I think that's why it stuck out with me. And just you eating cake. Oh, scene after scene.
Look, I had to write something cool, so I eat cake in the scene. Yeah, good cake.
I love it. Now, Nick, no, not Nick, Sam. You're next to Nick in the box there. Sam, I believe you have something coming out on Friday for Trek Short Related. Saturday. Close enough.
It won't be done by Friday. Are you kidding? It's lots to do. Yes, the next Trek Shorts is the Emma documentary. Marcus's doc just got beat to the post there by another.
Again, Marcus has been dropped again.
I'm so sorry.
Missing out.
What are you going to do? Constantly desausaged.
Give Marcus more airtime.
But yes, there's a still. It is Emma's doc where she is doing some pretty bold things. She is on her time in the Indianapolis before we say goodbye for a bit. No Reed, no Stuart though. Sorry, Matt. That's okay. You're there doing, the Lord's work in the bowels of the ship while Emma's saving the ship. Doing good stuff. But yeah, that'll be out.
Shoveling the coal in the engines.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that. Emma does a phenomenal job. There's a lot more dialogue. I think the first short you had was like 6 pages. This is like 27 or something. But it's a documentary, so you kind of roll through it. But it's really, really nice. Really nice moments. And then it all goes tits up for Reed. So enjoy the high before it all goes terribly wrong. And then Marcus'
Enjoy
short.
the good times.
It gets better after some stuff. And then Marcus' short will be out after that. And I'll happily say on this as well. It's a documentary based on Generations, the movie. So it's what is, we saw him at the end of Hours to Warp. Well, I was in Warp. I was at Warp, whatever the punctuation is.
Warp, yep.
Thank you. So he ends the story going to Amagosa. But what happens once he gets there? And then Generations happens, and after. And Marcus, man, he did such an exceptional job going dark on that. I mean, you could tell he was thinking of those dead children when he was talking about the dead children. It was some dark
you went
shit.
there, didn't you? God.
It's a really powerful set of scenes.
Wow, okay, where's it going?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the scenes. Well, the ship crashes. What do you want from me? It's great. I didn't write the film. I did, but not that film. It's a really good. Marcus does a really good job, and there's a lot of dialogue. And he's nailed it. Really good.
Very, very cool. Everyone, I really appreciate your time. It is fast approaching midnight for you. It's 10 in the morning for me here in Brizzy. I've still got all that gardening to do as well. This is the best part about doing Trekzone from home. Get to spend 3 hours with an awesome bunch of people, watch some Star Trek fan films, talk about a crowdfunding campaign, and talk about what it's like to be on set. It is absolutely incredible. Let's go round our vision boxes here again for final thoughts. But let's do it in reverse order. Ladies first. Nim, your final thoughts on Trek Shorts and the future?
Just let's keep going.
I love it. Emma?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What I said to Sam is you keep writing stuff, I'll keep showing up. So.
Awesome. I love it. Marcus?
Yes, of course. Yeah, well, we need to raise some more money, don't we? We need to get some money coming to the Indiegogo. We will keep doing this if people still want to see them. We want to keep seeing them. So, yeah, if you do want to keep seeing these films, chuck some money our way.
Nice. Nick?
Yeah, I'll keep doing these stuff, whether people chuck money at them or not. But I have that luxury, not everybody does. So, yeah, please give to it. But, yeah, I mean, they're just great fun to do. So Sam keeps calling and I'll keep coming along. And sometimes I might come along when it doesn't want me to, because, I'm like that.
We're all getting back together for reconvergence.
Really?
Temporal Anomaly 3.
The temporal
No
link.
more.
The anomaling. Sam, the final thought goes to you, my friend, Trek Shorts creator. Final thought, my friend.
I mean, it's rare we get everyone together. Convergence was, like I said, amazing, and this has been really nice to see us all together. The banter's real, the family feels real, and it's sad when it stops, but, you know, support and we can keep going, and we have stories filmed, stories to come, journeys had, and you guys are really, really amazing. So thanks for doing these, because they're going to live on for a long time. So thank you for giving your time for the fans, because that's what we're also doing it for you guys to enjoy some new Star Trek, and these guys put their heart and soul into it.
Hey, thank you, Sam,
Absolutely.
for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Most
And thank you,
definitely.
fans.
Absolutely. It is just
Definitely.
incredible. Nim, I really appreciate your time. Emma, Marcus, Nick, to Alexa as well, in between family duties. She had a chat with me as well for this Trek Short. Getting everyone together to really give this a plug. It is a worthy contribution. It is certainly a Star Trek fan film done right, in the multiples fan films done right. Sam Cockings, the one half of Trek Yards, has really put this together.
Hi, Stuart.
He's pursuing it. And he's doing a lot. Stuart has been in the chat as well. He hasn't had a cameo yet. I've beaten him to the punch, so hopefully he gets one very, very soon. But
Very,
there's
very soon.
so much to enjoy. Trek Shorts, the donation is there. Indiegogo, as I said, the trek.zone/Trek Short support. Jump on there to donate now. We have gotten Sam up to 62 backers, 14 days to go. We still need to raise a little bit of money, but that is all the part and parcel of the crowdfunding campaign. So I really appreciate your viewing over the last almost 3 hours. To everyone here in this chat, thank you again so much for all of your time, and we will be checking in with you very, very soon as Trekzone continues to cover Trek Shorts. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Matt. Bye.
Bye.